Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakam Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who grew well, and salutations to the hopeful elect who believe in Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, in true faith, sincerity, and not for vain glory. We out here once again, we are the prophets of the Heavenly Father, to prophesy and to preach the gospel unto our people, the Hebrew Israelites, or you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. And we're prophesying from the words of the Bible, which are the words of the Heavenly Father, man, of the events that are about to come to this wicked-ass kingdom known as America. And the spirit right now that is going on in America is what? An economic collapse, disease, all right? All hell breaking loose, World War III. That's the spirit going around, man. And if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you will know that these events are speedily coming, all right? You got the so-called white man making legislations, making executive orders, putting all of these things in place so he can do what? Enact his what? New World Order. His New World Order, which is the microchip every last being on this planet for what? Complete and total control, man. But before that, he wants to execute a few things, which is what? Population control. He wants to control all of the resources. He wants to control your money. Shit, he's so proud, he wants to be like the Most High. He wants to control your soul, man. But through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he won't be able to do it because the Lord has always reserved an elect unto himself who will never bow down to Baal. You got something, brother?
I just want Micah 2 and 10.
Let's bring it out.
This is Micah chapter 2 and 10. Oh, yes. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest."
Right, this ain't our rest, man. America. This ain't our rest. We came over here in punishment. Cargo slave ships packed up as sardines, man, to serve punishment due to our transgressions towards Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So the Lord's saying here to arise ye and depart, right? Spiritually depart. Depart from its ways. Depart from loving this place, because it's all temporary at the end of the day. You're not gonna be able to build your family legacy here in America. This place about to be destroyed, man. Hell. Even yesterday, I saw the movie, the Forever Purge, man. They had all type of spiritual things in that movie, man. These crackers was like, yo, anybody who's not a pure-blooded Edomite, we ready to destroy y'all, man. And they already got militia groups out there planning to gun after you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right? Go on.
It says because it is polluted.
Because it is polluted. The land is polluted. The air is polluted. The food that you eat is polluted. The woman that you sleep with is polluted, man. All right? As soon as you come out of your mother's womb, you're polluted. Read on.
It says it shall destroy you even with a sword destruction.
Yeah, it shall destroy you, spiritually destroy you, man. Here in this society, they preach that homosexuality is right. They say that you can eat whatever you want. All right? You could have sex with whoever you want. You could delve into whatever philosophy you want to, man. You can worship whatever God under the sun that you feel like worshiping, man. That's how it will utterly destroy you. Because here in America, as an Israelite, it's good for you to turn away from your power in order for you to gain some type of societal success. Go on. That's all. Get Revelations 11 and 8. Yeah, man. So you Israelites out there, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you gotta wake the fuck up, man. This ain't no time to be playing no games. Our Lord and Savior about to crack them clouds and what you call a UFO and deliver us, man, and put us back on high. But first and foremost, it starts you humbling yourself and you coming back into this truth. Got something?
This is Revelations chapter 11, verse 8.
Right.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, yeah, that great city is America. And it's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt because of what? All of the homosexuality going on, and because all 12 tribes are here in this country in bondage. Read on.
Where also our Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai was crucified.
Yeah, the Lord's power was destroyed utterly here in America, man. You can go up to any random person and ask them, what does Jesus look like? First answer they'll tell you, oh, he was Middle Eastern. He had long hair, blonde hair, blue eyes. They'll never tell you that he was a so-called black man, all right? because the Lord was crucified here, man. That word crucified in the Greek is staru, which means the power was destroyed utterly, destroyed in their minds, man. When they think of the Messiah, they don't think of Yahushua, man. They think of Caesar Borgia. That's how you know we're here in the land of America. Keep reading. Yep.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their bodies to be put in graves.
Well, meaning we were spiritually dead, pertaining to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, about how we were dry bones. Because when we came into slavery, we departed from our power, we departed from our knowledge, we departed from the ways that was given to us by our forefathers, man. And we got reduced to nothing, right? Hence why the scriptures call us a dead body, because we're walking dead. Go on.
And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them.
Yeah, who are they that are rejoicing over us? The 17 heathen nations, man. They having a jolly old time making money and oppressing Israel, man. Seeing you niggas go to Ak and order a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, they rub their hands like Birdman. Look at this nigga, man. Because they know who you are.
They don't even eat it.
The hell no, they don't eat that shit, man. First and foremost, the Ak don't even cook it. He got Issachar cooking it. All right? And then he rub his hands when he give you the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with a backwood in Arizona, man. Say, look at this nigga, man. You know? Go on.
And make merry and shall send gifts one to another.
Yeah, that's that consult pertaining to Psalms 83, right? How all the nations come together, you know, to see what bills or what legislations they can enact to further oppress Israel, man. And due to their joint agreement, they send gifts to one another, man. When they see the state and the mental and spiritual state of our people. When they see our women be the biggest huts and the whores and sluts, they see our men all tatted up, ain't taking care of their families, you know, pants sagging. They rejoice over that, man. Marital problems, Maury Povich.
Broken families.
Yeah, broken families, you know, Jerry Springer. Because 95% of the time, who's on that show? Israelites, man. You don't see no crackers or no Asians on fucking Jerry Springer, man.
It'll be crackers, it'll be low life crackers, trailer park crackers.
Yeah,
you know
the
what I'm
little
saying?
hillbilly redneck crackers.
Redneck.
Yeah, yeah. Go on, brother.
Because these two prophets tormented them that dwelleth on the earth.
Yeah, the northern and the southern kingdom of Israel. And we're tormenting them right now through the word, man. We're telling them that they're going down, man. They don't like it. That's why they flag our videos. They're labeling us as a hate and terroristic group. We just want to kill everybody. We're just murderous and ravenous people. We just want to kill everybody. No. Without an unjustifiable reason. Because this word is tormenting them, man. Matter of fact, you get Jeremiah 23rd chapter where the Lord said that this word shall be like a fire. Because it's think about it, but it's really tormenting them, man. We're telling the proudest nation on earth, the so-called white man, that he's going to be in chains, man. Right. And his number one nightmare is a big, dark-skinned brother, you know, 6'7" buff brother, just torturing him, man. That's his worst nightmare, right?
That's why they try to implement that white supremacy thing.
Yeah. Jeremiah 23, I believe it's like 7. They say the word shall be like fire. Keep going, brother.
Yeah, but that's why they try to implement it, and everything is like they try to come up as a superior race,
right.
you know, or as they know more, or as they're innocent. You know, they try to come up as innocent, like, oh yeah, look at them, they like when speaking of us, like look at them, they raggedy, they ghetto,
right.
They're a threat. You know, but they try to come up as not a threat. Like in the scriptures, it speaks about that, like Rustif, how that wickedness Rustif.
Yeah, iron Rustif.
Yeah.
Wickedness. It's a rocky
Yeah, you know, they try to come off like they're more innocent or whatever, but in reality, they're the worst.
That's why the scripture says, though the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, trust him not. Because that's the MO of the so-called white man. That's the whole spirit of the so-called white man. That's why he was known as what? The serpent. Because he's cunning. He's crafty. Right? He's the devil.
Right.
You got that? Jeremiah 23?
Jeremiah 23 and 29. It says, "Is not my word like as a fire, saith the Lord?"
Right, and this word is consuming all of the lies that the so-called white man have put up throughout his rulership in this society. If you get Isaiah 25 and 7, Mama Kusha, read on.
It says, "And like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces."
Yeah, like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces. What are we breaking in pieces by this word? The lies, man. Right? Who really are the Israelites? Who really is the Messiah? Wait, if we're the Israelites, then who are you? Who really are you?
We cracking heads too. You know
Huh.
what I'm saying? Those stony hearts.
Yep.
Cracking those stony hearts.
Yeah, man. Our people, they're seeing it now. More and more, they ain't gonna repent, but they see it. You know, the so-called white man, he's bugging out. He's setting up all these agents and these institutions to try to fight against the truth, man. But you can't fight against it, right? You want? That was it. You got that? Yep.
Isaiah 25:7. And I will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Yeah. What's that covering cast? The lies, man. All right. That poison over all the people. It's to the point now where the original names that the Heavenly Father have given each nation, they don't even call themselves by that anymore. Go on.
And the
You
veil
look at the
that
scripture,
is
Daniel, where it
spread
says that he shall change
over
times.
all nations.
Yeah, and the veil that is spread over all nations, and how the Most High is taking that covering cast off through His prophets, through the Word, starting with our apostles and our elders, man, coming out there diligently cursing this man out, right? Telling this man to his face that he's the goddamn devil, man. Through the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which are the words of truth. Okay? You got that? I believe it's like Daniel's. It's either Daniel's the 2nd chapter or Daniel's 9th chapter. Check it out.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Yeah, the mystery of iniquity doth already work, because during the time of the Roman Empire, you know, he was already the devil. But during that time, the whole world didn't know that he was the devil as of just yet. Go on.
And it says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Who is that he that now letteth? The Most High, because it was the Most High that put him up in rulership. But he that letteth will what?
Will let until he be taken out of the way.
Will let until he be taken out of the way. So the Most High put this devil up for an appointed time, and it is the Most High that's going to take this devil out through his son Yahushai, man. And we're coming into that time.
That's right.
Read on.
And it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed.
And then shall that wicked be revealed. We're in a time where this devil is exposed at an all-time high. The biggest pedophile, the biggest Satanist, the biggest idol worshiper, the biggest terrorist, the biggest thief, the biggest murderer, the first murderer, crimson, red, criminal, the so-called white man. Blood showed forth through his skin. Because the Most High put that mark upon him to show that this man is a bloodthirsty murderer. He can't do right. And soon the whole world will know. Go on.
It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
What is the spirit of his mouth? His prophets, the word. Read on.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, when he physically comes. When you see them chariots, man, because when Yahushai chariot come, it's going to be bright. That's why the scripture says, all eyes shall see him. And once he comes, man, that's the end of your rulership, devil. You're going back down to all fours, only saying Khan and Adawan.
You're gonna see the generalship.
Khan.
That's right. And that's why the scripture said in Isaiah 63 that when Yahushua comes back, the nation that he's going to take down is the Edomites. So it shows that there will be in a rulership right before the Messiah comes.
Right.
The scriptures say in the book of Obadiah, when Yahushua comes back, you know, saviors is going to come on Mount Zion to judge them out of Esau.
Right.
So when Yahushua comes back, that's the time of the judgment. The Edomites will be in rulership, and he will bring the kingdom into Jacob to judge the Edomites, the so-called white men, for all their wickedness that they have done, going back all the way down to the Greeks and the Romans, and now in this modern time.
Yep.
And it says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
Yeah, man. And that's what he's doing right now. All power, signs, and lying wonders, man.
His work is after the in other words, his operation is based off everything that's unacceptable to the Most High. But the Most High said don't, he said yes. You know, so Esau is opposed to the righteousness of the Most High. That's how we know who the devil is today. You know, because every heathen that was in power, yes, they had the heathenistic customs, but not to the extreme that as Esau. Esau, he loved wickedness, and he tried to make it the daily norm. You know, homosexuality. You know, the family court system. You know, it comes to the point it's damn near, you know, unwise to have kids at this point, because Esau figured a way to disrupt the family structure, so that way he could tax them and build up a future slave.
And it's speak about his lying wonders because these people, they get caught up in Esau's, you know, his
Word
fucking
magic.
Yeah, that's right. Which goes to like his science, you know, like because Esau, he through his science he can create, you know, stem cells, you know, to reproduce certain parts of your body, make cloning things, fucking through his science he can make, he can impregnate a man, you know.
Test
That-
tube babies.
Yeah. Now Esau has the technology to make a man get pregnant, man. You know, and that's all his workings after Satan, man. But these people look at these things and believe it. Yes, he science over the Bible and all, and that's how he takes you people's faith away from the Bible, man. You know, through his lying wonders, man. And that's why Esau has to go down.
He gives the people the narrative that, like, what was done in ancient times was old school, is old, outdated, you know, whereas everything right now is modern day thing. You know, they didn't understand this thousands of years ago. As if he's wiser. Yeah, he's wiser when it comes to technology, but when it comes to like the morals, the morality have declined.
Right. Or just creation itself. Just how the Most High has everything in a perfect synergy, like the ecosystem. He tries to disrupt that. You know, mixing different subspecies of animals, creating a new type of species of animals, man.
He want to remix the Most High creation.
Exactly. When the Most High said on the seventh day, he saw that all things were good. The power saw that and they rested.
Hello.
But hey, what does this devil do? Oh, it's not good. It's outdated, man.
It's Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
And that's a so-called white man. He calls evil good and good evil every single day. Just turn on CNN, man. You know, Lil Nas X being glorified for kissing two men on stage, man. Oh, this is a good figure of the black community. You know, the black community is evolving. Diddy said, oh, he's courageous.
Yeah.
What type of madness is that, man? No?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
You know?
That put darkness for light and light for darkness.
And that's the so-called white man. He puts darkness for light and light for darkness. As a woman, you can talk back to your man. You ain't shit. This, that, and the third. I don't need you. It's my say.
She's the prize.
She's the prize. I am the table. You know? all type of fuckery, man.
It says that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
That put bitter for sweet and for sweet for bitter, because all the avenues that the so-called white man offers you is death. But he tries to portray it as if it's sweet, as if it gives life, man. Go on.
That's it. Yeah.
It's Isaiah 29:16. It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Right, because right now everything is ass backwards. But very soon, man, the Most High is gonna smash it as the potter does of a creation he doesn't like, and then remake it right side up.
It says, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not?
Yeah, that's what Esau does, man. You know, he tries to discredit Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. He says that there is no creator. And if there is one, he looks like me. Read on.
Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it?
Yeah, shall the thing framed say up to him that framed it? Basically going into the so-called white man's boastfulness, man. All right? Thinking that he created himself, or evolution. He came out of a tadpole evolved to a fish, then it swam to land and evolved legs, and then that evolved to a monkey, which over thousands of years, millions of years, it became a man, and then man created fire, and then thousands of years later, we just had all this divine technology. Yeah, okay, so go on.
It says, or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding?
Exactly. That's what the so-called white man says. The Most High doesn't have any understanding. This is the way it's supposed to go. I have all understanding due to my science, due to my knowledge, my extensive research. You know?
Isaiah 45:9. Woe to him that striveth with his maker.
Yeah. So destruction unto you, Esau, for fighting against your creator, man. And you fight against your creator every single day by fucking up his creation. All right? Hey, you fought against your creator by putting yourself as the creator, man. Go on.
That was on that. Like
Let me
it's-
finish.
you got something?
So it says, this is Isaiah 45 verse 9, that's what the brother said. It says, woe unto him that striveth with his maker.
Right.
Let the potsherd strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou?
Yeah, so who the hell are you gonna say to the creator of, oh, why you made me? You didn't make me, I made myself. What makest thou? That's like you sculpted a figure
Yeah,
and a figure
statue,
and a statue telling you ain't made me, I made myself.
The statue's like, yo, I don't like how you did my nose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? And now the potter is gonna smash the potsherd, man, and remake it.
It says, shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou?
No.
Or thy work, he had no hands?
Yeah, that work he have no hands, because now the so-called white man, basically what he says is that this earth isn't how it's supposed to be.
Right.
You know, he tries to make it how he wants the earth to be made, man. That's why he does all this deforestation. That's why he does all this fracking. You know, he drills into the earth for its oil. He tries to reshape the earth for how he wants to reshape the earth, man. He builds all these high buildings, sprays chemicals to blot out the sun. Go on.
Oh, that's it.
Got something?
This is Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
That's the so-called white man, particularly the elites of Edom, because they're the ones that really devise the evil upon their beds, right? Through their counselors and through their meetings, right? Go on.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yeah.
Or they plan and they bring it to light. They exercise it.
Right.
Because every operation or every event that took place in history started as a plan, and then they put it into operation.
Yeah, that's why right now they got all these simulations, and they got psyops by the CIA and the FBI to see how the public will react in certain situations. Just like the COVID-19. That was a whole huge psyop.
They figured out that the best way to alter people's life is war.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, every time after war, you know that there's a big change in people's life.
Right.
Now, where does that bring us today? Now you have the war against the unseen terrorism, which is the virus or whatever, the crown royal. So that was the new terrorists, the unseen terrorists. Now you don't know where this terrorist is at, and it was a push fear. How did they destroy people's life? Everybody had to wear a mask, 6 feet. People was laid off. People couldn't go to work. So it's all about the change of people's life and control.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, keep going.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
And they cover fields and take them by violence. You have military bases all throughout the Middle East, American embassies, okay, settlements that don't belong to them. It says, and they take it by violence, war, all right, pillaging.
Now we go to that. Look at the word there for violence. See what it say there. That word got to go deeper.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's the MO of the so-called white man. All right, that was his blessing on the sword, man. All right, and we still see that going on today, man. All right, with the weaponry of Esau, man. All right, you know.
Yeah, and he never changed. Well, from the beginning of history all the way until now. He's always covered in fields, and he took them by violence, man. Okay. And in the meantime, you bring that out?
Yeah,
What you got?
This is Psalms chapter 10. I'm gonna start at 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride do persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined."
And that's what they're doing now, man. He's still persecuting the poor. He so just love. Who's the poor? These so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The so-called white man love to just to oppress you, man. Just look at what's that track runner's name? Shakari Jenkins. Remember the black woman with the long nails? She runs back.
Oh yeah. She already did,
But just
bro.
because she tested positive for marijuana, they not letting her run, man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, these other nations, they do all type of
Well, good for her,
dopamine,
man. You know what,
opioids.
man? Because
Nope.
what was that? Apology video. So she got eyelashes,
I
Yeah.
know she got
Size of
blonde
my
hair.
finger. and she got a lace front,
Right.
blonde with lace front. I'm like, well, forget her, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the blonde lace front. I was like, fuck her, man.
Nah, but the thing with that is because like a charge like that, like Esau could really,
You can push her in
they
the
could put her out on the rug.
They
See
did
what I'm
Michael
saying?
Phelps.
Yeah.
They wanted the oppression. A lot of the so-called black women, I say, oh, they're oppressed too.
Yeah.
But the most oppressed person was the so-called black man. And the black women didn't really have to go through nothing. Now Esau saw his hatred to them. Now let's stop it and let's talk about it. But when Jacob was getting shot by the cops and all that shit,
Yeah.
nobody cared.
Right.
I remember as a being young going to school, and you would talk about certain things about like cops harassing people, and most of the teachers are black women. They'll say, "Well, stop giving a reason to stop you," instead of like listening what was the complaint about. Like, look, I'm walking home from school, get stopped by cops.
Yep.
So now they got to experience that side of racism too, because
Yeah.
that shows the decline of America. The black woman is losing their power, and now they want to talk about it.
And they probably use that to like further that whole feminist shit.
Mhm.
Now women gonna come together to speak about that. Oh, y'all gotta give her rights too, all that bullshit.
Because the whole thing was with the empowering the black woman was that the so-called white man was using the black woman as a conduit to spew his hatred, and now he don't need a black woman no more. So he's showing his hatred to them too. Like your job is done. You did your job already.
I'm gonna jump down to 5. Psalm chapter 10, verse 5 says his ways are always grievous.
Yeah.
Grievous.
Waves are always grievous, burdensome. Okay? So what did feminism really bring?
Right.
The destruction of the household, man. Whoredom. Yeah, whoredom. You know?
Badass kids.
Badass, unruly, disrespectful children. It increased homosexuality.
Say that. Yep.
Because being raised by your mother, and you're the only male, you got like 5 sisters, you surround women all day, you pick up them traits, man.
We need the biggest supporters.
Yeah, gangs, gang banging,
Saying
drugs,
Prison, niggas in prison.
effeminate men.
yeah, effeminate men, murder.
Because what happened is, the reason I said gangs, when a guy don't have a father in his house, when a young adolescent have a father in the household, what do? He go outside
Right.
to look for that masculine figure.
Right.
And the guy that have control or have like assertive energy, he get attracted to that, onto like that's the man he want to be.
Right.
So when young adolescents go outside and he see that pimp, was it back in the 70s was the pimps, it was gangs later on. They was attracted to that as a thing of assertiveness.
Yeah.
That's how you be a man.
Power. Yeah.
Yep.
It says his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight.
Yeah, so the so-called white man, even though he swears that the Bible is the law of the land, he doesn't know anything about the judgments of the Heavenly Father, man. Because if he did, none of this madness would be going on in this country. Go on.
It says, as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
Yeah, for all his enemies, he puffed at him because he's proud. He saith in his heart, who shall take me down? You know? Go on.
It says he had said in his heart, I shall not be moved.
There you go. He said in his mind, I shall not be moved. And these crackers, they truly believe that they'll never be taken out of power. That's why them UFOs are showing up, because they're about to take the cracker, the so-called white man, out of power. Go on.
It says, for I shall never be in adversity.
Yeah, I shall never be in adversity. That's how proud. Get Job 21. Job 21, Baba Kushab. That's what these so-called white people think. I shall never be in adversity. America's never going to go down. The eagle will always fly high.
First verse.
No, 21 and 9. No, 21
Every
start at
eagle,
verse 7.
eagle have his day, man.
That's right.
This is Job 21:7. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, and are mighty in power, like it. Their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes.
Yeah, you know, these so-called white people, they got their little, their family. You know, they leave it to Beaver family, the white picket fence, and you know, they got their family structure together. They nice house, they land. Go on.
The houses are safe from fear.
Yeah, because they out there in the suburbs, out there in the mountains. They don't got to deal with none of this inner city madness.
They in the community.
Yeah, they
have a
community
community.
gated.
Yeah.
You know, like they know who the county
Right.
congressmen.
Right.
They have a relation with the county.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The representative of that town.
Right.
So if they can't go to court,
Right.
they'll talk to that person. Listen, the cop stop this person and get dismissed.
Right.
Whereas Jake, they go to court. They have no support team or any support system.
Right.
So they get stuck with a legal aid. Legal aid. They don't give a F about their freedom, and they're just looking to be what you call that the legal aid is looking for to be work for the state. So they're gonna F you over. They're trying to build up in their career.
Even like in the Jewish communities, they got like people that drive around.
They got their own cops.
Neighborhood watch and all that shit. Yeah,
Their
police.
own police.
It says, their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah upon them. Their bull gendereth and faileth not.
Right.
Yeah.
Now go on.
Their cow calveth and casteth not her calf.
Yeah, because these going into their farmland, their abundancy of cattle. Go on.
They send forth their little ones like a flock,
They
and
send
their
forth
children.
their little ones like a flock.
Right.
You see them little bastard ass Edomite children, like 10 of them, all holly jolly, with they beat it up white Air Force Ones and shit. Camping, carefree. Go on.
And their children dance.
Yeah, meaning
well-
they're in a rejoiceful state. Go on.
It says they take the timbrel. That's what it says.
Yeah, timbrel in the harp. That's like an
They
instrument.
take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organ.
Yeah, so they're not like how Jake is, fearing for their life, waking up every day thinking about how they gonna make the next dollar. These crackers, they got it.
Yeah.
They got inheritance, man.
Yeah.
Their little Edomite father and mother got 10 million each in the bank account, man. And on top of that, they got trust funds and inheritance money. They don't give a damn.
Right.
Go on.
It says they spend their days in wealth.
They,
Damn.
see that?
Yeah.
That's the
Damn.
spirit. They spend their days in wealth.
Yep.
All right. As soon as they're born into some crackers born into a Fortune 500 trust fund, man.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Go on.
And in a moment go down to the grave.
And in a moment they go down to the grave. So they live long, carefree, successful lives. And Jake, they see that, and that's why they go so hard to emulate that lifestyle, man.
Right.
But due to the curses, there's always going to be some type of blockade or some type of situation that's going to interfere if you live in that type of lifestyle.
I don't even, because in this world, it's Esau's kingdom right now. So he's the gatekeeper,
Right.
so to speak. You know what I mean? So he's not gonna allow you to get that far unless you sell your soul. You sell your soul to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you do certain acts to get that.
Right.
And we know what that is. It says, want to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Therefore they say unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways.
Yeah, because basically they're saying we don't need them. We got our irrigation. This is Esau right here. You know, they got irrigation. They got their crops. They got their farmland. All right. They got their wealth. They got their money. So why do we need the Lord for? Why do we need God? I am God. No, that's what. No, that Edomite voice. You know. Go on.
What is the Almighty that we should serve him?
Yeah. What is the Almighty that we should serve Him? Because at the end of the day, the so-called white men don't believe in the Heavenly Father. Go on.
And what profit should we have if we pray unto him?
Yeah, so what's going to be the profit? Because we already got everything. We have the whole earth in our hands, as it is written in Job, the 9th chapter. So why do they got to pray to the Lord for? They got control of everything already, man. Go on.
Lo, their good is not in their hand.
No, good is not in their hand. Because the so-called white man can't do good. Esau can't do good. No matter how hard he tried, all right? He can't do good. no matter how he portrays it in his
Well, you know what,
movies.
bro? It's not even about trying, bro. It's just like they might do something. The scriptures speak about that.
Please the
All
poor.
right? Yeah, you know, they always have an ulterior
yeah,
motive.
yeah.
All right, it speaks about how's it going to the apocrypha?
Though he
I think-
crouch himself.
Yeah, do he crouch himself? All right, he might come to you crying and like, oh, it's so messed up. But in the back of his mind, man, he got an ulterior motive, man. All right, he did that same shit to a woman. He do it right now in these colleges and all these type of things, man. And you seen it right now with that job they giving out, man. All right, that nigga can't do no good, man. All that trying shit at man. You know what I mean? Nah, man, that just for appearances, man. All right. You gotta understand the way of the so-called white man, all right? The so-called white man is a man who will destroy a whole block just to get one person. You know what I'm saying? That's how he is, man. He has no regard for nothing but not even himself, man. All right? And especially not the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. You know? All right? You got that? You got that news? I got something in the meantime. My bad.
read it.
Like this. It says, back in Psalm chapter 10, verse 7, it says his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
Cursing, deceit, and fraud.
You know what I'm saying?
Just look at the news. Go on.
No, but that's exactly what we're talking about, man. All right? Ain't no good in that motherfucker, man. All right? He opened his mouth. The scriptures say that, right? His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud,
Yeah,
man.
let's look at the stabby. You know, that's deceit. Because why? He's saying that's for your benefit to
Right.
combat this so-called virus.
Right.
But in reality, it's to alter your DNA and to turn you into a mindless zombie.
Yes.
Right.
Go on.
It says under his tongue is mischief.
Under
and
his tongue is mischief. That's why it says in Psalms 55, his words of his mouth is what? Smoother than butter.
Right.
Go on.
Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Mischief and vanity. Go on.
It says he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
Yeah, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. Go to Jake Hood. You see the post. They go to the projects, man. You see that big police watchtower right there, man.
yeah,
Go on the highway. You see them in their cruisers in the forest with their speedometer out, just waiting for a nigga to go past 10 miles over the speed limit, man. Go on.
It says in the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Yeah, in the secret places, he doth murder the innocent, man. Lynching Jake, right? Killing Jake. All right. Go on.
It says, and also just to add on to that, man, it might not always be obvious, man. You might put it in your food. You know what I'm saying? You go to the projects, you go to the bodega, and you just grab any drink, man, and just look at the back and check the ingredients, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's wicked, man. A drink really should have like 3 ingredients.
Yeah, what's the shit they used to have? What's it called?
Water concentrate.
The 50-cent sodas, what they called those?
Oh,
Bummies.
quarter waters? I don't know.
Quarter waters, but they was sperm killers though.
Yeah.
They was known as sperm
funny,
killers.
They call it bummies.
Bummies, it was another term too,
I don't
but
know.
yeah.
Woolies. Like
Woolies,
Yeah.
In the islands, you make juice, a lime,
Yeah.
water, sugar.
Yeah.
That's your juice. You know what I'm saying?
The real sugar,
You
too.
look in the back, all type of shit, man.
Red one.
Red
Right
one,
here.
like what is that? You know what I'm saying? So he always planned to murder you, man. All right? You can't get a day off, man, with this motherfucker, man. Let me just finish over here. It says his eyes are privily set against the poor.
Yeah, his eyes are privily. Look at that word privily, Baba Kushab. Just go to the Google definition. Privily. No, that word stands out to me, man. Privily set against the poor. Right? Any brother that got that, just read it. Yeah, read
Privily.
it.
It says confidentially or in secret.
Keep going.
It says, then it's it says, like
Yeah, read it.
it says, told her friend privily that she was planning to be married.
Yeah, so and confidentially
crazy.
and in secrecy, their eyes are set against the poor, man.
Right.
They make it seem like, oh, Black Lives Matter, we're here for you, but in reality, when they had their councils in their meetings, they're really planning to destroy you
Yep,
Israelites,
them
man.
UN meetings.
The UN meetings.
Yep, they talking about Jake.
Council of Foreign Relations,
Yep.
Bilderberg Group,
Yep.
all right? The G7 Summit, Bohemian Grove. Those are all gatherings of how they're gonna further destroy you niggas, man. How can we destroy these niggers and these spicks and these tomahawk fucks, man? We need to establish white supremacy once again. That's what the Forever Purge was all about. The Forever Purge was about America being revolutionized into being quote unquote American again. And all these so-called white people, they came together and they made this one organization to just kill Jake. And it was all out anarchy, man, to the point where where Canada and Mexico had to open their borders for 12 hours, but the anarchy was so great that they closed their borders and said no more people could come through. And that's the times that we're coming in, man. That movie was crazy, man.
Spoiler alert.
This is a book of Sirach. Chapter. This is book. 1 second. So like here. Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. But I'm gonna go to 14. This is verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness."
Yeah, so how does iron rust? Through oxidation, when it hits oxygen. That's how iron rusts, man. So that's how the so-called white man rusts. Over time, the so-called white man's wickedness will be spread. Let that be a curse on him, man. You know? Over time, his wickedness will be revealed. Just like how you have iron and you let it sit, over time, it's gonna rust. And over time, the so-called white man's wickedness will be revealed, it will be shed. Go on.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass.
And thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass. So you wipe it, the dirt's still there. You could get some Kleenex, some Windex. You still wipe it, that smudge is still there, man. Get some Clorox, you know, some Oxycontin, still wipe that shit. It's still there, man. That's the so-called white man. He will never be a clean, pure stainless glass, man.
And thou shalt know that his rusteth hath not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, it's because it can't be. Because he was created to be wicked. He was created to have that rust all around him. And how can you tell that he's rusty? Just look at his skin. Come on.
Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
And look at history. The so-called Native Americans set the so-called white man by them with open arms. But what did they do? Broke every treaty and agreement that they had towards the Native Americans and stabbed them in the back. Till this day, took their land, put them in reservations. All right, carted them up north and put them in all type of reservations, brainwashed them, poisoned their water supply, killed all the buffalo so they couldn't eat and migrate, destroyed the migration patterns of the animals, man. Deliberately poisoned the food to undermine Jake, right? Because Jake back then, man, Jake was strong back then, man. Jake could run miles, Jake could run fast, man. So the so-called white man, he through his divine wickedness, man, his craft. Because the scriptures tell you that when he does wickedness, he goes into it deep. He goes into the scientific methods of how he could basically alter creation to further oppress Jake, man.
Hey, that's what all these sciences, biologists, and all of these scientists and all these things, they not just do, I don't know if some of them know what they're doing, but ultimately that's what they're doing, man. They studying for the downfall of our people.
Nah, they are.
You know what I'm saying? They medicine, they do experiments on you and all these type of things,
What do you
man.
think Planned Parenthood's all about?
Yep.
It's the destruction of the so-called black thing. They take your fetuses and they sacrifice them, man. They take the cells from your fetuses, they kidnapping Jake, taking their organs and their melanin, man. Doing all type of experiments on them. You doing?
Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
Neither let him sit at their right hand. Don't put him in no prominent positions. That's how the so-called white man was able to take over England. Because King James and the Jakes that was ruling at that time, they let the so-called white man in a prominent position. And he started marrying into their families and started taking over. Go on.
Even in today's day, you see, like they said, Kevin Garnett,
Right.
He got like $21 million stolen from him. But you see, he had he trusted in the white man. He had the accountant at his side. He didn't even pay attention to none of the shit that was going on.
Yeah.
He just let him handle his finances. And then after a while, he looked over it. After his career was over, he realized the guy was getting over at him the whole time.
Yeah.
He was robbing him.
Yep.
It says, lest he seek to take thy seat.
Lest he seek to take thy seat. And that's how the so-called white man is. All right? He always has a bloodlust or a power lust. Okay? To control the whole earth.
Yep.
Because in his spirit, he knows that he's supposed to be at the bottom. Go on.
And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
And now we're at the last of the last, and we're finally remembering the words which were spoken unto us by our forefathers, man. All right, and it's being brought back to us into remembrance. So now that we're in rulership, finally, complete rulership, none of this can happen ever again. The so-called white man, he ain't gonna be nowhere near us in the kingdom of heaven. He gonna be far, 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 far away,
The outskirts.
out on the outskirts, man. Okay, you're gonna have to walk a few miles just to get to where the Edomites are, man. They're deep in the fields, man.
That's right.
Okay.
It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
Yeah, so you're not supposed to feel bad for Jake, who put their trust into these devils and then gets turned on, man. You're not supposed to feel bad for that, man. Go on.
So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
Exactly. That's like putting your hand in a crocodile mouth, touching the teeth and not expecting to get bitten.
Right,
Or you
right.
waving over a big piece of meat over a hungry lion and not expecting that lion to leap on you, man. So who shall pity the sinner? Who shall pity the charmer? Go on.
For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
Exactly. For a while he will abide with you when he sees that you're in that still in that position. But once he sees that decline, he's going to use that opportunity to overthrow you.
Hey, we just talking about it. Just said that about the so-called black woman, right? He rock with her for a little while. Now he don't need that bitch. Hey, he kick that bitch to the curb, man.
Yep.
All right, that's what it is, man.
As soon as you lose your little bit of whatever, your
Yeah.
eggs, they jump and strip. Or they try to take you out. That's the last one.
It says, as an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Yeah, so he's on outwardly, he might be in agreement with you, but inwardly he's like, man, this nigger, I'm gonna kill this nigger. I can't wait till this nigger slip up. No?
He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
Yeah. That's the spirit of Esau, man. He will not be satisfied with blood. Right? If he findeth that opportunity, he findeth that vulnerability, that weakness. Okay, the same thing he did with the Native Americans, man. He saw that vulnerability of them being friendly, you know, opening up to them, feeding them, showing them how to cultivate the land, how to survive the harsh winters. And once they got all that knowledge, once they gathered all of it up and didn't need the Native Americans anymore, what did they do? They took their land from them, man. Took their land, raped their women, killed their kids, and put their men in slavery, man. And shipped them off, man. For rum, sugar cane, all right? Cotton, gold. We didn't forget. The Lord didn't forget.
Right.
He sort of think like a gangster.
Yep.
You know, he's not thinking like a logical sense, like, all right, they're gonna hold me, somebody gonna hold me out, I'm gonna return the favor. You didn't have to do it. You know, you did out of the kindness of your heart. No, he sort of don't care. He's looking for right now and how he can throw you over and take everything you have.
Right.
You're looking at it like a gangster.
Wasn't that in the letters that Christopher Columbus was writing?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He was saying, oh, these people are so friendly, they ripe for slavery or whatever. I'm like, God, damn, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I look out for you and that's how you treat me, man. You know what I mean?
Manifest destiny.
Yeah, you know, so, you know.
Then he got so bloodthirsty, he couldn't put down his sword.
Yeah.
Not me sitting out for 1 minute.
Madness.
Yep.
Damn.
It says, this is Psalm 61, verse 4. It says, they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly.
Hey, that's
Wow.
that. See? Self-explanatory. Read that again.
Right? This is Psalm 61, verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency.
Yeah. Cast who down from our excellency? You Israelites, man. Okay? And they did a good job at casting us down from our excellency, man. But through the mercies of the Lord, we got it back. Go on.
You know what I'm just saying, bro? Because this scripture is so true, bro. They don't have our best interests at hand. I'm just so lucky, bro.
No,
You know what I'm saying? They don't have our best interests at hand, man. You got fucking Governor Cuomo, you know what I mean, doing press conferences talking about, well, the black people got to take it first. Black, Hispanic people got to take the jab first. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Well, what's your track record for helping us out, man? You know what I mean? You know? What's your track record? Where is it at, man? But all people are so foolish, man. You know what I mean? They think that this man has their best interests, man. You know what I mean? But they only consulting to bring us down, man. All right? It says they delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly.
Yeah, so they delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but inwardly they curse.
Yeah.
Right? Meaning they have an ulterior motive, as they always have and they always will have. They can't do good.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
This is,
You got it. You also give something?
this is 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, so we're not ignorant of the devices of Satan. What are some of his devices? It's media, it's women, all right? Martial law, UN soldiers. Those are all the devices of Satan, man. Who's Satan? The so-called white man. Okay, and we're not ignorant of his devices that he set up here.
Jab.
The jab, to further oppress and to further keep Jake from returning to their power, returning to their God, man, returning to who they really are.
Add on. Even his so-called celebrity, you know, they put them in, like, you know, the scriptures say, what is it, a gift destroys the heart. You know, he puts these celebrities in place to then do what? The blind leading the blind. They're going to tell you, like, they got celebrities telling you, go take the vaccine. They got the NBA players now. That's like a big campaign that they're pushing now.
Say the words.
Like, yeah,
Pick it
right.
up. It's not-
But they're telling you to take the jab now, you know? Your favorite, Jake's favorite celebrities, whatever, from any industry, whether it be sports, your singer, they all telling you, listen, take the jab, it's for the betterment of everything.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But that's a part, we know what that's about already.
Isaiah 32:7.
You gotta read right.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's the MO of the so-called white man. So they got that Isaiah 32:7. Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 32. Isaiah 32:7. It says, the instruments also of the churl are evil.
Yeah, that's right, man. So the instruments of the churl are evil, man. And that word churl means like a peasant, man. All right. So really, the so-called white man, he's not really on no type of level, man. He's not really. I mean, he's not really supposed to be ruling. All right. His instruments are evil, man. Everything he does, every device that he has, man, is evil, man. All right. You can see that even this city, New York City, where we at, man. It's just this is a evil place, man. Concrete everywhere, man. High buildings everywhere. A bunch of noise everywhere. Garbage on the side of the streets. Weirdos and freaks running around, man. All right. You don't want to be out here like some night. I'm like, I'ma just go home, bro, because you don't even want to be out here at nighttime, man. All right. Okay, go ahead.
He devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
Yeah, that's right, man. So that's what it is, man. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but what? The war was in his heart, man. All right? Like you read that last part again.
He devised wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
Yeah, that's how we destroy the poor, man, with lying words, man. All of a sudden now, niggas giving incentives to take that jab, man. All right? I won't be shocked. They might tell you, hey, 1 month free rent or some craziness to take this jab, man. All right? You know, that's what it is, man. You know, you get the strip clubs in Vegas telling you, hey, you know, take the jab, you could come in. All right? Yeah. They open up all these stadiums and all these NBA games and all these type of things, man. All right? So they fooling our people, man. With what, man? Really, it's really about nothing, man. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It says, even when the needy speaketh right, but the liberal
right. Even when the needy speaketh right. So even if you're in a right position, even if you messed up out here and you genuinely need that help, man, yo, look, please help me. Guess what, man? He don't give a fuck about none of that, man. All right, he see you in his lowest state, and he will stomp you even more into the floor, man. All right, that's it, man. And now people are tricked by these things, man. Guess what, man? We don't have no allies out here, man, of these other nations, man. All right, so-called white man is our enemy. I think that's it, right? Yeah.
Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right, that's right, man. And this is the kingdom to come, man. All right. This is what we hope for, man. This is why we out here, man. All right. We fighting so we could be part of the elect, man. When the Lord makes his return, the people are gonna rejoice, man. All right. You know, eventually, you know, everybody gonna rejoice, man. All right. Go ahead.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And when the wicked bird rule, the people mourn. All right, I was walking here with a brother, man, and he just telling me, man, like, I'm just tired. I hate this place. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing over and over, man. You look around, man. Hey, man, the whole earth is mourning, man. All right, really, in reality, like, hey, you know, they got this you know, they got all this manosphere things and all these type of things, and they say the average man, all right, make 50K or something. Like, damn, 42. I'm like, wow, like how? How you even live off that, man? All right, the woman, she fucked up. All right, she fucked up. She think it's our fault, like we did something to that. You know what I'm saying? All right, but the people are mourning, man. All right.
I was reading this article the other day from the Washington Post, and it said it turns out parenthood is worse than divorce, unemployment, even the death of a partner.
Will you say that again? I'm saying
This is an article that
Right.
scientists did research on people,
Yeah.
and they surveyed people, and this is what they came up with.
wow.
As a result of us being in a wicked society,
Right.
it said it turns out parenthood is worse than divorce.
And you know why? Because you know what I'm saying? You can't even raise your kid right if you want in this society, man.
Not only that, there's certain laws in place that how you supposed to deal with situations like that.
Right.
Like if a woman is not supposed to beg a job to have time off of work
Right.
after childbirth, because her body goes through postpartum.
Right.
You know, she goes through all type of mood swings. You got to tend to a baby that's in constant need of attention, and then on top of that, you get no financial help. You look at countries like what was it?
I can say even in England, London.
Yeah. But it was a country particular with Gaddafi.
Libya.
Right.
Libya, and how much help that parents receive for giving birth.
Right,
This is just
right.
one. This is just one effect of a wicked kingdom.
Right.
But it says it turns out parenthood is worse than divorce, unemployment, even death of a partner.
Man.
And it said, I'm gonna read. It's highlighted. In fact, on average, the effect of a new baby on a person's life in the first year is devastatingly bad. Worse than divorce, worse than unemployment, even worse than the death of a partner. That goes in, that's just one thing, but it was just heavy because children's supposed to be beautiful.
Right.
And yet, you can still have somebody catching hell for having a child in this world.
Well, you know, the brother said that earlier. He said this society right now. He said it's wise to not even have a child right now, man. If you can, man. You know what I'm saying? It's wise, man, because you know, it's just a bunch of things that come with raising your kids, man. But you know, I got something to say to that. I'm sorry, like.
But you also know that it's a domino effect to bring down Esau, because now that Esau realizing that, even in his own wicked kingdom, what is he doing? He's producing less.
Right.
Therefore, their birth rates are down. And as a result, you know, what's going to happen? In a few years, if we were still here, they'd be wiped away.
Yeah, that's right.
No, he was reading. I got this precept that you done. You still got it? So read it.
This is Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Yeah, that's right, man. And that's what the so-called white man is doing right now, man. First of all, he's speaking great words against the Most High. First of all, he's saying that he is the Most High, man. He you know, the so-called white man, they out here, they got another sun. All right, they got their own theories about the earth, how the earth was made. All right, they blaspheme against the Most High, picturing him as a so-called white man. All right, and guess what? He's wearing out the saints, man. Because guess what? Hey, man, you stressed out here, man. You stressed out. We stressed out here. Why? Because we have to listen to the filthy conversation of these wicked ass people, man. All right.
The definition
Yeah,
of
go ahead.
wear out.
Yeah.
It means to be used until no longer in good condition
Damn.
or working order.
Now that's what. Hey, bro, and that's the whole of Israel right there, man.
Trust me. Israel as a nation got a check engine light.
No, exactly. A constant check engine light, man.
It says,
Right.
the second definition, exalt someone, similarities: fatigue, tire out, overtire, weary, exhaust, drain, sap, wash out.
Look at the average
Overtaxed.
retirement age. What is it, 65?
Yeah, 65
Your life
now?
Ain't it 65?
Now
You
they
can
trying
look it
to
up.
push it to 67.
67, right? And your life expectancy is what, 70 years?
75. Like
Which
70.
keep going up.
I think it's 75.
So like, come on, man.
But that goes into the first script. One of the first scripts we read. It says that rising in the part is not an arrest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we not here. We not getting no rest out here. We getting worn out out here, man.
Yeah, you work hard for you get a certain age. You ain't got to work that hard. Everything's already there. That's the whole point of Social Security, right?
Right.
At one point, 50 years old, that was the time you retire. Then you chill for the rest of your life. You know, your kids already adults, and you can move to a different state or go back home to the country you came from and relax.
Yep.
Or you travel. Now they just keep pushing it up. 60, 65, 67. And you still have time or be 70 years old. You working, to 70 years old, and then you retire, you drop dead.
When you retire, you still got to get a little side gig.
Working at Walmart.
Yeah, something like,
Part-time.
yeah.
And Jake, and just like you said, they drop dead. Jake is so used to working all their life. When they finally get that rest,
Yeah.
their body doesn't know what to do, so they just shut off.
Better off still working.
Yeah.
Institutionalized.
Yep, that's what it is, man. In America, that's one of my. Maybe a couple years ago, I was with a brother. I'm like, man, I never want to get old out here, man. You see the old man in the hot sun with the cane. I'm like, God damn. He waiting for the bus or whatever he waiting for. I'm like, you supposed to be
over, no
inside.
help.
Exactly.
Same.
You know?
The youth don't respect you. Like you get off the train, youth will push it in, don't let you come out.
Yeah.
Get off the bus, same thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Think of
It's all good.
and think to change times and laws.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's thing to change times and laws, man. The season's all messed up. All right, they tell you the beginning of the year is in the height of winter. All right, they change all the laws. They don't what's the word? They don't follow certain laws. All right, like the land Sabbath. All right. You know what I'm saying? Even the Sabbath, man. They don't follow that, man. All right, you work 7 days a week, man. All right, they pushing this thing as homosexuality. You tell somebody, yo, what the hell is that? What they tell you, man? Yo, just live and let live. Nah, man. Guess what, man? We have a standard, man. All right, the law put law, statute, and commandments in place so you can uphold a standard, man. And that makes everything run like a well-oiled machine, man.
Yep.
But right now, as the brother said, check engine light. Amongst all people and really the whole earth, man. The earth is messed up right now.
That's
man.
why I don't got to spray pesticide on the plants.
Right.
Because plants plants actually have their own immune system.
Right.
So if it's pests attacking the plants could the plant's immune response will kill off the plant.
Right.
So now that he's overworking the earth, there's no minerals, there's no nutrients in the soil. So if it's not in the soil, it's not in the plants. So if it's not in the plants, it's not in the food. So everything is mineral and nutrient deprived.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we eat or you try to eat healthy, you still got to supplement.
Yeah.
Everything is struggling. And it says times and laws. Now, the actual months of the year don't actually line up with what it's supposed to be.
Right.
September is the ninth month of the year. But the word September actually means 7th. December actually means the 10th.
10th.
You get the word deca or decade.
Yep.
That's 10. So, but December is what? The 12th. The 12th month of the year.
Right.
So nothing aligns with the actual months. The new year begins now in December rather than when the spring comes, everything gets refreshed and rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? That's where we get April Fools from. Because at one point it did. The new year began in around April, during the spring. And the ones that were still keeping the old new year, they looked at them as the fools. So you had them, they called them April Fools.
Wow. So, man, everything is all in confusion out here, man. All right? So-called white man, he's in charge right now, and everything is completely out of order, man. But our people are so gone, they think this is normal, man. I was telling a brother the other day, like, yo, we live in this, we're in a fucking twilight zone, man. This shit is crazy, you know?
This is Matthew 24 and 22. It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yeah, that's right, man. And we see that happening right now, man. Hey, man, it's July. It's July. We're in the middle of the year already, man. All right, so these days are going quickly, man. Actually, there was a report that said that the rotation of the Earth is a little faster. You know what I'm saying? It's a little faster. So guess what, man? All of these things are happening for what, man? For the elect's sake, man. All right, the men are out here sighing and crying, man. Brothers say, Lord, like, hasten your arrival. That's the name the Apostle Har gave this year, man. The hastening of the coming of our Lord, man. All right, so that's what we're doing, man. We pray the Lord, hey, Lord, please, Baba Kushal, you know what I'm saying? Hurry up and get back, man. Because guess what, man? Hey, it'll be even worse if these days were short, man. It'll be even way worse, man. Actually, it's a good thing, man. Hey, man, it's the end of the year. Guess what, man? Another day closer to the kingdom. Another day closer to the arrival of our Lord, man. All right?
Right, 'cause it said no flesh to be saved. So that
Right.
goes into all of his madness that he's doing, whether it be his laws, whether it be the food, everything. You would just die over time. I mean, it's nothing
Yep.
here to keep you alive, to sustain.
Yeah, this is not a your brother right. It's not a sustainable way
Right.
to rule the earth, man. It ain't, man.
But really, you know, like we read that when it says no flesh, lest no days be shortened. That's what he's talking about when the time actually do come. So like it's gonna get so bad that the Most High actually going to shorten the days of his anger or his wrath on the earth. So for the elect's sake, so he gonna have mercy on the elect, because that's how bad a judgment gonna be on the earth.
It's Sirach 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
And that's right, man. So a wise judge will instruct their people, man. And guess what, man? The so-called white man, he's in charge of what he's instructing their people to do, man.
Nothing.
Exactly.
He instructs you to be wicked, but then at the same time, he's telling you you're not allowed to instruct people.
Right,
Yep.
right,
That's,
right.
that's judging.
Yeah.
Don't raise up your kids. You know, kids will be, you know, do whatever the hell you want. You can't beat them. You know, that's neglect and child abuse. You know, what the scriptures say, you know, spare not the rod. You know what I'm saying? You beat your child, when you discipline your child to the age of 12, and when they reach puberty, and then that child reach adulthood. You know what I'm saying? That's when you start giving them whippings when they reach 11 and 12 years old. You know, but till then you have to discipline them because they don't know right and wrong. You have to instill right and wrong within them by beating them, because they're more prone to demons than adults. They don't know right and wrong. That's why you see a lot of kids, but you don't see that common among Jakes, but you see like a lot of them Edomite kids and the imaginary friend named Becky. The mother walked past the room to hear talking going in the room. Hey, give me a cracker name.
Amy.
Timmy, who's you talking to?
Hey, Ernie.
I'm talking to my imaginary friend Becky. There's nobody in here. But then 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, doors slamming and closing and shit like that. Because those are demons. You know? But with kids, they're just coming out of the spiritual world. Because you had a life before this, and when you're born, you're fresh out of the spiritual world. And you came back into the flesh. So them senses are real strong, and demons would tempt kids to do certain things. That's why you don't let your kids, if it's a boy, you don't let them play in hills. Because when you do that, what happens is those homosexual spirits jump into him. Now Billy got a crush on Tommy, because them spirits jumped in him. Same thing with Halloween. You know what I'm saying? On Halloween, when a kid dressed up in costume, they open up for spirits. But you know, we in this man's system, so sometimes it beyond your control. Your kids be dressed in costume, but through the mercy of brothers in the faith, because the Most High controls spirits. So you may have kids that may go to, they may get sent out in costumes and stuff like that because it's beyond your control. The Most High have mercy on them. No, brothers in the truth. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son.
He that spared his rod hateth his son. What does that mean? If you're not correcting your child, you're not. That means you don't love him. Because the correction is to send him out in the world as an adult. That's why you're correcting. You can't send him in the world not know how to conduct himself, not how to make a living. You know, because you just leave them out there for themselves, and you pass away. They're out there in the dark now. So that shows you don't love them. Now, if you love your kid, you will set them on the right path. Like, nah, that's not how we do things. This is how things is done. Fear the Most High. There's a higher power. So you correct them in the right path. That's what I say. Read that again one more time.
Yeah, Proverbs 13, 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son.
So he that spared his rod hateth his son. You see your son doing something he's not supposed to be doing, you know, he's gonna feel it. If you love him, if you turn a blind eye, that means you don't care.
But he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes.
Yeah, he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. Said, you know, we from a different generation, man. Said, my mom's like the Olympian when it came to ass whooping, man. That slip will go. You be running, dodging in between rooms, and it's like that slipper had like a sensor. It followed you, and it still caught you. Or remember the extension, the extension cord for the phone line. So they ain't phone lines no more, so kids ain't getting beat by no phone line. But you felt just swinging it, you heard it like cutting through the wind. You heard the sound before it hit you. And that shit left a mark on you. That was being back in the days. And the girls would take that same extension cord, pay double dutch, and shit like that. But real quick, let me just finish the statement, because you see the difference between the generation now and generation before. They got more beatings than generations that's now. And now the generation before is more disciplined. Yeah, bro.
And I remember, times where I act up in school, my father would whip my ass in front of the whole class.
You from
No, but my pops is West Indies.
West Indies, yeah.
So how they grew up is totally different. But in the islands, it's traditional.
You got your ass whipped in school too.
You used to get your ass whooped by the neighbors, and then come home and get your ass whooped by your parents.
The uncles. Shit, you got a couple whippings before you got the
main one, bro.
You got appetizer.
You got the appetizer. That's right, bro. I got a couple of those.
You get the appetizer whip ass.
Sometimes your parents let you prepare for it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
You trying to put mad clothes on.
Yeah, you trying to put the extra clothes on.
Mad pants.
Take that over.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Sirach 30 and 2. He that chasteneth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance.
Yeah, that's right. So later on in life, you know what I'm saying, when you get older and you know what I mean, you and your son or whatever, you could have a good conversation. Hey, man, you're going to be proud of him, man, because guess what, man? That correction, all right, as a young kid, man, is very important for when you become a man. All right? Hey, them habits as a kid, they stay with you, bro. They stay with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to develop good habits as a kid, man. And that's why you got to get your ass whipped, man.
Well, Esau knows that, because every woman I ever talked to, including my sister, they hate to discipline their children. You start to bringing up whipping their children. They no, stop.
Right.
Stop, don't do it. Don't hit them. Don't hit them that hard. That shit was necessary, man. And you notice, Salaya, in a household where children would get beat, specifically by their fathers, they rear up to be, great people.
They grow up citizens. Hey, that's why I'm gonna use this as an analogy. You watch Boys in the Hood. Me and his brother, we talk about it all the time, because you know what it is? You gotta watch Boys in the Hood and look at the message they were saying. Because like we doing like characters analysis, all of them, it shows you why they went in the path that they did. I'll give you an example. In the beginning of the movie, they show you young Trey, right? Now young Trey, he's in class acting up, trying to be the class clown. But then when he went up, he got called to the front to teach something. They told you he was very intelligent, but he didn't display that during class. And you look at the backstory with Trey. His mother was pursuing after college, in college studying, so she wasn't giving that much attention. And his father, he didn't live with his pops, he only seen his pops on weekends. So the reason he was acting like that because he wasn't getting enough attention at home. And then so you're seeing he gets in trouble, he walking from home, and the dudes they rolling dice and they get into the dispute. And instead of talking to each other, the niggas just start, they start fighting. And you see Trey keep looking back. So they showing you in the movie that he was picking on violent nature because that's what it was around him. That's what he was seeing. And when he got pushed to his father had to correct all of that. When he first moved to his pop, he told him, yeah, you gonna clean the tub. Like, that tub? And he was like, what do you gotta do here? Like, listen, all I gotta do is provide, give you food, that's it. So he set him straight. Now, it don't show you what happened in the future or in between years, but it show you now, older Trey, he's taking the SAT, he's in school, and other words, obviously he have problems no more in school because his father set it straight. Right. But showing the importance of a father. And his father told him, like, listen, man, you see all your homeboys here? Watch them when they get older. Because they got nobody to direct them and guide them. Yep. And you see Doughboy, he's in and out of jail. You know what I'm saying? You had, what's his name? He's in a wheelchair. Whereas Trey, he took the school route. You know what I'm saying? And he changed up his path when he moved with his pops. Because if he was living still with his mom, he'd probably be like Doughboy, in and out of jail. But Esau knows that. So Esau tried to disrupt the fatherhood and the discipline among children. Because once you remove the fathers, you have access to the child mind. You can teach them anything.
Let's look at Michael Jackson, for example, his father, Joe Jackson. Michael Jackson wouldn't be as great as he was if his father didn't beat his ass. Mm-hmm. But Esau tried to paint that narrative out there that, Joe Jackson was an abuser. He beat his wife.
Much talented Michael Jackson was, Michael Jackson was a demon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like the Michael Jackson. He was, one of the best shows I ever seen. But as far as personality, you tell Michael Jackson was a demon as a kid. Because the narrative that Michael said about Joseph, all the other brothers said that wasn't true. Just that Michael, he was weak. And then you tell that the mother baby him, don't hit him that hard. If his father would have beat him, he would have been more tougher.
Yep. We got countless examples. Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Yep.
And his father.
Yeah.
Told him, without his father, he would have never been the greatest boxer.
Somebody get in the pocket for that teacher his son. Okay, well.
I'll just read it.
Spirit.
This is Sirach 30:1. Actually, verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
Hello.
And before his friends he shall rejoice.
Right there. It says, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. Because at one point in ancient time, when a man went to war or he had an enemy, you killed off the man. You killed off his offspring too. Yeah. Because his offspring, as an adolescent, he'll grow up to be a man to avenge his father's death. Right. So you had to kill off his son. So when you teach your son the right thing, the enemy gets scared because now if the father get old, he may not be able to do it no more, but guess what? He got a son that's just like him. Yeah. That instilled all of his belief, all his morals. He might be stronger than his pops when he get older. So a lot of times they killed off the son. A good movie, one of my favorite movies, or if my favorite movie is The Godfather.
Godfather, yep.
And it shows you, when you examine that movie, Don Corleone, the sons, all right. Michael Corleone was more, look at his cat. He was more ruthless than his pops, and that was also his weakness. And Don Corleone, his weakness, he was too compassionate, and he was too laid back. That's why he's known as the Godfather, because he seen orphan kids, and he took them in as being their father. But that also was used against him. Because when he got to the point when the drug trade came, he didn't want to do nothing with the drug trade. Yeah. Where all the other families, like, this is big money. So that was his weakness. Whereas that Sonny weakness was he was too impulsive.
Yeah, too hot-headed.
He was too impulsive, and few times Don Corleone had to check him. Like, listen, man, never let nobody know what you're thinking. Yep. Whereas Michael, he was quiet. You never know what he was thinking, and he picked up all the knowledge from his pops. So when Pop got sick at an old age, he was smarter than his pops, more ruthless than his pops, and then Michael Corleone didn't play with his enemy like his pops did. his pops gave him a chance. Like, all right, I'm gonna hope they're gonna do the right thing. Whereas Michael, he ain't give a damn. He just like, I'm gonna take him out. I'm not gonna risk the, you know, them coming and attacking me first.
That's it.
Verse 4.
That's how men thought in the ancient time. You know what I'm saying? That's how men thought. Like, I'm sorry, let me go to Count Solomon. Because really the Godfather is really what the Book of Kings. They got that from the Book of Kings. But Solomon, you know, came into power. Solomon reigned in peace. Because David, he had pretty much killed all his enemies, but Solomon killed off anybody that betrayed David too.
Yeah, David gave him the hit list.
He gave him the hit list.
Remember?
Yeah.
It says, verse 4, though his father died, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he had left one behind him that is like himself.
Because the son is carrying out his father's aim. Wherever his father aimed, he followed it out on. Like, to give you an example, Alexander the Great. Now, Philip Macedonian, what he wasn't able, excuse me, what he wasn't able to accomplish, Alexander accomplished. So he was just like his pops.
It says, while he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him,
And at one point, your goal as a son was to make your father proud. And in ancient time, you hung out with your father's friends. Not I'm saying hung out, but that's a company you kept.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you was in like, you was 21 years old, you hung around a bunch of, 20-year-olds. You was around other grown men in their 30s, men in their 40s, and you had to act as a man. And the way you conduct yourself came back to your father. Now, it was times, of course, you'll be closer with guys that you came up with, but it wasn't a crew of a bunch of 18-year-olds and 21-year-olds. You had like one or two dudes that you was close with,
Yep.
you came up with, and you was more closer with them.
Yeah.
But you had to conduct yourself with all kinds of ages of men.
And that was the downfall with Solomon's son,
Mhm.
Rehoboam, because where he took the counsel from the people around him,
Right,
and then
right.
the ones that was with Solomon, he said, nah. He took the counsel from the youngins.
The young men.
He said, nah, we ain't trying to hear that. And that was the fuck they,
That was his downfall.
that was the downfall. That's how the kingdom split.
It says, verse 6, he left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. He that maketh, that was it.
What said he that makes what?
It says, he that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds, and his bowels.
In other words, you overcredited him. When you overcredit your son, you what's the word? You disable him. So you gotta set when it comes to your son, you gotta like make him. You can't always say I'm proud of you,
Right.
because who mentioned Floyd? Part of the whole Floyd thing, my pop was never proud of me. He never said, what if your pop did? What if when Floyd first started, fighting in amateurs, pop like, I'm proud of you. You wouldn't have got the Floyd now. His whole dedication was to prove the pop's wrong. So no, that's important. You can't always show your son like, well, I'm proud of you. Like there's more. There's a better there's different levels to this thing.
Right.
You gotta that's just one level. Come on, you gotta keep going to the higher level.
And then, those Moabite families, they do that towards their children. They don't, when they get honorary achievements or they get accepted to Ivy League schools, they don't smile. They just be like, all right, cool. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
They're like, exactly.
No praise or anything.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
They never have.
Yeah, it never happened.
You could be a doctor. They look at you. Well, this person is he making his own medicine.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's always the standard's always set for. It's always room for improvement.
Yeah, you keep them on their toes.
Keep them on the toes. That's how it's supposed to be.
Even I was just watching earlier today. They had a clip of LeVar Ball. You know what I'm saying? They're like clips of LeVar Ball shouting at his children. You know what I'm saying? But he shouted at them, but it's legit. You know what I'm saying? Great instruction. I'm like, damn, this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? He telling me, you doing this, son. Like you messing up. I thought you knew better. You know what I'm saying? Dude is like 13, 14. I thought you knew better, man. You don't care about nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. I look at them now, man.
You gotta be an asshole.
Yeah.
You got to. See, you don't get too friendly with them till they reach adulthood.
Exactly.
And then you can lay back because now he's a man. You know, but as in the early adolescence, you got to be hard on him.
I got it.
That's
But in this world, they call that abuse.
Yep.
Oh, that,
Or
so,
bad father. No, it's okay to cry. It's cool. It's okay for a man to cry. Well, obviously, a man have tear glands. So you know what I'm saying. But the thing is, with men don't cry for everything. If the man loses his mother or his child, what's gonna happen? He may shed a couple of tears. David cried when his son died.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but you losing in 2K, you crying. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the controller. That's just being a a little biatch. You know, that's when you got to be on your son. Like, nah, man, slap him out. Like, don't be crying over no game.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Hello. I said it to my kids now. Like, yo, y'all want to cry? I tell them, yo, you want a reason to cry?
This is a Proverbs 23 and 13.
Yeah,
Says-
real quick.
This is Proverbs 23 and 13. Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
that's what I'm saying, man. So if you correct your son, you discipline your child, man, guess what, man? He gonna live. He gonna be all right, man. He gonna be all right, man. Hey, man, sometimes, hey, in my mind, I remember some legendary ass whoopings I got, bro. I remember it, you know what I'm saying? And that stopped me from doing a lot of things, man. All right? So guess what, man? Your child ain't gonna die, man. But the way how they have it out here, you hit your child, oh my God, it's abuse, and they gotta call child protective services and all kind of things. You know what
They
I'm
will
saying?
use the worst case scenario
Yeah,
of some
exactly.
bugged out, bitch that have mental illness, she's drowning her kids in a tub.
Yeah, right.
You know, they'll find the worst case scenario and to compare it with.
Yep.
But it's okay for a person to go to the Marines and the military, and you know they'll do things to toughen them up, do all these push-ups, work out in the rain. But that's not considered abuse. So it's only okay when it's for Esau. You know what I'm saying? We could use it.
Right. Yeah, bro, you know, it's lucky. You know, them children that's growing up without their fathers, the next criminals of the world. And the next carjackers and gangbangers, man. So all you single mothers that's thinking, you know, my baby boy good. Nah, he about to be Tyrone the Menace.
Nah, you can tell
He's
because
looking for masculinity, how to be a man. So that's what he go to the streets.
That's fucked up.
Or even like you see like what's his name, D Wade's son. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he let his son kind of like, hey, do them. Yeah, but he let his son do what he want to do, and now look, he basically saying that he's a woman, and his pops is not giving him no correction. He's just letting him do what the fuck he want to do.
Dwayne Wade ain't beating. What's that nigga's name? Isaiah?
Yeah, some shit like that. But he acknowledged him as a woman now, like not she. He like she.
Yeah. Thanks to
You know?
that witch, Gabrielle Union.
Yeah, you know, and then you know, Boosie, you know, he's a nigga too, but he got backlash for saying, yo, that's a boy. He's fucked up in the head right now. He's young. He gonna get it together. He's not old enough to really make those decisions. Yeah, he don't know nothing. Yeah, he's only. You know how that shit go when you're a kid. You just do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So as a father, he was supposed to put him in his place. You know, we talk about D Wade and his son. How you know he let him do whatever he wanted to do. Now he's a woman. Well, he wants to be a woman.
And Pop's not correcting that.
Yeah.
So what do you think his son going to do? He's going to be the biggest freak he could be. Because his father's not telling him to be a masculine man.
Same as Will Smith's kids.
And I don't know. Well, I think he's serious. He make a lot of jokes about Tyler Creator being his boyfriend.
No, he's serious.
He's dead serious. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's not being corrected. They teaching it as okay. Dwayne Wade said, we said about Gabrielle Union, she don't submit to me. Like,
She said, I don't want to be the head for her to submit to me. She's not.
Yeah, what's gonna happen?
My equal and shit.
Yeah, I'm not.
you know how, like, what's gonna happen? She's gonna find somebody she will submit to. She's gonna tell that to you, but then somebody that will make her submit, that's the guy she's gonna respect, and eventually gonna cheat on him, commit adultery, and be with that guy.
That's one of the biggest like conversations, like when you try to have that, like, yo, you have a conversation like, what if your kid was, what if you turn out gay? Are you going to accept that? A lot of them go, I'm still going to love him. It's still going to be what it is. But in reality, you're not supposed to really accept that. It's just a level.
They got put to death. That's
Right,
it.
you know what I mean? But you tell that to somebody now, they're gonna be like, nah, it's a free world. He is what he is. You gotta accept him like that. They don't really wanna have that standard because it's work. Like, yo, that's not acceptable. Something is not acceptable.
See, in this world, they teach you that you're supposed to be your son's friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you and your friends, you and your son, or the parent and the child is not buddies. That's why you see a lot of kids right now, or adults now, they go into the world confused. Because they didn't get no training at home. They got sent to the world not knowing the basic of things. Ancient time, if a man did something, well, if he was a homosexual, he brought dishonor and shame to the family.
Right.
You didn't want to say that's your son. He was pretty much dead already in your mind.
Right.
He committed act, you put him to death.
Fish, right? That go back to when he brought out in the Sirach, when it was like, if your father died, and you basically, it's like you him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you were gay, you probably
Yeah, the son, all your enemies will laugh at you.
Yeah, like all son is yeah. I got a precept. This is Proverbs 29:1. It says, "He that being often reproved harden his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without
That's a
remedy."
rebellious kid.
Right.
That's a rebellious kid. You can't tell them nothing. And a lot of kids now, they're very rebellious. You talk to them, they'll look at you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who you? Whereas before, if an adult said something to you, you just you say, yes, sir, or yes, Mr. such and such. Now they see you like being the same age as them.
Yep.
You address them in a respectful manner. You call them Mr. or Uncle this or Auntie that. Now they talk to you so casual, like there's no respect.
Yeah. And it's so wicked nowadays too. You be having like you be like at a family setting. It used to be a certain order. Like the kids go in the room.
There.
Now the kids is mixed
They
in.
come over here like, it was good.
Yeah.
Giving you, dapping you up.
They mixed in, but look,
Actually for a
but
cigarette.
they know all the adult business. They going, They butting in. It be all types of madness.
Separation.
No separation. No. You got the adults at the table. They got the other table for the children. Stuff like that.
See, coming up, if a person was 5 years older than me, they'll consider my elder.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? 10 years older, they'll consider.
That's true. Yep,
You know what I'm
yep,
saying? And they'll tell you respect your elders.
Yep.
You had to talk to them a certain way.
older
And
cousins, yep.
You got around them. You wasn't too casual with them. You say very little. You hung around. Because you didn't want to get banned from being around the older dudes.
Yeah.
So you just kept it low. You followed them.
yeah.
You didn't want to, they called it being a little nigga. So
Yeah.
you ain't saying much. You hung around, kept your mouth shut.
Soaking everything in.
Yep.
Just soaking
I remember
everything
the
in.
days. Yeah, I remember
Taking all
the
the
days.
information.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
God.
This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 30. It says, "The blueness of a wound cleanseth away evil. So do stripes the inward parts of the belly."
Yeah, so through the beatings, through you beating somebody, that's how evil gets cleansed, right? That's how correction comes. Because when you beat your child, he'll sit after getting beaten and recollect on why did my parents hit me. That's why when you're supposed to copy your child or beat your child, you're supposed to beat them and then teach them afterwards. Because what the brother said, a child, him being in his youth, he doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know right from wrong. He doesn't have that discernment as of yet. But you, as a parent, you're there as a father. You're there to lead your son in that correct path.
Kids are naturally fools.
Yeah.
So you got to teach them how to be wise. Now, you look at the word wise or wisdom, the word wisdom, all it means to see.
Yes,
That's what it means.
right,
It means to see. When you look up the word, you look at the etymology of the words. Wisdom, it divides. They got the same etymology word with the word wit. Where you think of wit had to do with a person mental strength. And the word, the word wisdom derives from the Latin word, but means to see. And that's wisdom, because what's make a person calculate their steps? Experience. So you see what's gonna happen before it happens. Like, keep going this route, this is gonna happen. So you see in the future, because you have wisdom. You can see. So if you can see something based off experience and knowledge, that's wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like how they say, like in the hood, like, yo, if you're gonna sell drugs, there's only 2 doors for that. Dead or being in jail. Why the person will say that to you? Because they already experienced that.
Yep.
They may had got out the game earlier than than their peers, but most of their peers either died or ended up in jail or got into a RICO case.
Yep.
So they developed that wisdom. They could see, like, look, listen, the streets ain't for everybody. That's why they made sidewalks. Or you have a mechanic you have a problem with your car, and the mechanic may, if he's an honest mechanic, he may fix one problem, but he may tell you, you know what, man, let me show you something. Look at that right there. See, you ain't gotta fix it now, but fix it soon, because if you don't fix it, that's gonna lead to this problem and that problem. You're gonna be a money pit.
Right.
Because he sees from experience what it could lead to. That's wisdom.
That's right.
Yes, sir?
This is Job 14 verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble.
Yeah, just look at the results of all these single family households. You got the most gremlin-like baby kid, little nigga demon being raised by the so-called black woman who doesn't have any instruction because she didn't have her father in her life, man. Or she didn't have a male figure to be her ass. So it says, man born of a woman is a few days and are full of trouble.
It's like I was talking about wisdom, right? Now, the word wise or wisdom derives from the German wit. Now that word derives from the Latin videre. You see it? Videre means to see, right? That's where we get the word video. Now the word video is comprised of 2 words, vid and audio, which that's what it means, video audio. Because at one time you had motion pictures, but there was no sound to it. It was just a vid, and then they came up with technology to add audio to it. So now it's a vid audio. But the word vid or visual, that's the word. Go back to Latin, videre, to see.
Like this.
Good morning.
Yeah, Job 14 verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble.
Yeah, and also you see, like you were saying, just to add on to what the brother was saying, like when you come to these single family homes, the mother, well, women in general, especially black women, they're like the biggest supporters of all the wicked shit. So like, whatever you want to do, they're gonna be supporting you because they just want to be behind you. Like, oh no, I'm with them on that. If you come home saying, Ma, I like men, or it's whatever you want to do, I'll support you 100%. You know, I was listening to some music. Cam saying that he's like, I told my moms I sell drugs. She told him be careful. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me? Like, that's the type of shit a woman gonna do. They gonna tell you like, all right, just take it easy. You know what I mean? Learn the ropes. They're not gonna tell you now you wildin', get a job. They're gonna support whatever you trying to do, no matter what, right or wrong.
Especially the woman, you bring home that bread, she's not gonna.
Yeah.
Especially you making a lot of money. She might be mad at
the money
me.
there.
My mother was
Oh
the same
yeah,
way.
because she's looking at it like, well, you taking the place of a man in her life.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they take on their son like if that was their husband.
Their husband. That's what the black women do, man.
Right.
They treat their sons like their husband.
Because a lot of you bitches, y'all can't get right, y'all can't keep a man. That couldn't keep the father more than likely.
Yep.
Even if he was cheating on you, you still supposed to hold him down.
Exactly.
So he got this.
If
You got
it
the
ain't
son.
worked out, what stops her from co-parenting? Oh, he ain't shit. Oh, he's this and that. Well, if he wasn't shit, he was good enough to get between your thighs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You still had the choice. You know, you still had the choice to open up your legs. And not only just open up your legs, use protection. So if he ain't shit and you let that guy, you know, nut inside you, what did that say about you? Because let's change the roles. Let's say, you know, a guy got a crack. Let's say Will Smith got a crackhead pregnant.
Right.
You be like, you getting crackhead pregnant now?
Yeah.
You know, why you nutting a crackhead for?
Niggas will fuck anything.
Yeah, niggas will fuck anything. But now, when it comes to a woman, she's the victim. You know what I'm saying? No accountability to the woman. He ain't shit. Well, you fucking niggas ain't shit now? That just says a lot about her.
You have some, huh?
Let me finish this off.
But
Job 14 verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down.
Yeah,
Right.
no, you got it. I was gonna say coming forth like a flower because a flower grows, but it's cut down.
Beautiful also.
Yes, beautiful also.
So they say, a lot of, single mothers, they be like, well, man, he was such a good kid. I don't know what happened. He coming forth as a flower and it cut down.
Yeah, he had one season. He going to next season.
Yeah.
Shit, lucky if he make it through the summer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I had a song Cold Summer. But most of the niggas died during the summertime. And, in the wintertime, most everybody inside. But summertime come, everybody outside, he's running into mischief, or he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's in the house party gets shot up, whatever. He in a dice game, and he playing with these guys' money and cheating, and he gets shot. Whatever the case may be. He's there 1 minute, and he's going to the next. And all you have left is his graduation pictures.
He fleeth as a shadow, and he continueth not. Yeah, he has a short life expectancy. I say for myself, man, if it wasn't for my father saved my life. Because when I first started, smoking weed, I give a testimony, I was with my mother. To the point she couldn't handle it, she sent me back to my father. I was so fear of my father getting on my ass, I stopped smoking weed. And that was years ago. A lot of you jakes, man, y'all need fathers in your life. And that's a part of the curses too.
And they need to fear their father. See, that fear for a father isn't there anymore, like how it used to be. Because say you acted up in school, you would think twice before acting up, because you knew your father would come through like a lion, kicking down the door, beating your ass.
Because now, like, you got Jay that got fathers, but it ain't mainly fathers.
Yeah.
His father's there playing 2K with him.
Yeah.
He joking around with him. The father showing his son his father. He's showing his son the vulnerability, his vulnerabilities. And now when he try to check his son on certain things, his son don't respect him. Like, yo, you can't tell me something, such and such. You ain't do that when you did this. And he see you playing around with him all the time. You see all your weakness.
Yeah, you gotta take it serious.
You ain't gotta take you serious. See you as a joke. You see you as a peer now.
Right.
For women too.
Yeah, the women too.
I got something. This is a Proverbs, but basically backing up what you were saying, how even like the flower, you cut them down. Or you might have a seeds, like you said, people go in certain places. This is Proverbs 22 and 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself.
That's wisdom.
But the simple pass on and are punished. So like, cause I was watching like I don't know if you heard about that joint that happened. It was like a shooting in Miami not that long ago, and the dude Pops was going crazy like, oh yeah, I killed the king, I killed the wrong one. And then we was having a discussion about that in my crib, and it was just like, yo, and my brother he brung up something real. He was like, yo, the kid he wanted to be in a lit spot. He wanted to be where he knew shit be going down at. Like you could have went somewhere else. You could have went where the college kids was at, but you wanted to go where the money niggas at, you know what I mean? Where the rappers is at. You wanted to go in the midst of that. And then just so happened, even if it wasn't for you, you still got caught up in it. You know what I mean?
And that's due to him not having the proper guidance and the wisdom to be able to see.
Yeah. Or even his pops could have told him, like, nah, why you want to go there for? That ain't be a crowd. You're not a rapper, you're not this. Go be with the college kids, But he wanted to be in the mix with the thugs and the shooters and everybody at.
Yeah, precept. This is Proverbs 19 and 13. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, because now you're destroying his name. See, that's another thing that's not taught in this society. Carrying your family's name, respecting your family's values, man. Because our families are all broken up. This is Proverbs 19 and 13. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping. So the point is that a foolish son is the calamity of his father, because your father could have a good name. He established his name throughout a certain area. He's known for this, that, and the third. But if he has a foolish son, by his stupidity, you could destroy everything that your father worked for, man. Okay? So you got to be very careful as a son who has a father, and your father has a good name, man.
What was that last part that you wrote?
The last part was, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dropping.
Yeah, contentions of a wife. And that caused a lot of fathers to leave the house in the first place. Because they just can't get along with the damn woman.
Yeah.
that's the whole narrative, and that's why you got guys like Kevin Samuel and a whole bunch of other YouTubers bringing out the hypocrisy of you black women, man.
The nature.
Yeah, the nature of you
wicked
women.
nature of these women.
Cause all y'all do is slander the man. It was never your fault. He always did this. He always did that. It was a contentious woman. Read that part again.
Because a lot of the times, the father, because they always put his narrative, but that goes back to Esau, his racial narrative on the black man, that the father just walking out the home. But what's really going on is the woman that's pushing the man out of the picture. Because it's gonna come into a while when the man, he's gonna try to fight to be in this, into the child's life until he gets too much pushback. Because he gonna fight and then she's gonna go to court system, get order protection, and then she's gonna move to a different state. Some guys may not want to continue to fight, whereas some guys can, they fight to be in their kid's life, and they may win at the end of the day. Or the kid get a little older, the child get a little older, and it's easy to communicate with the kid.
Yeah.
But that's usually what happened. It be the mother.
You seen that video on Worldstar? Dude went to go see his kid, and the mother's boyfriend, like, nigga, nah, nigga, it's too early, come back later. It's 6 in the morning, why you want to see his son now? And then the whole time, he's like, yo, man, put that gun away, man, before I smack you with it. It's like, that will lead to the death in the hoods, man. And then the baby mom, she's so full of ego, she's saying the only reason why you giving me problems about wanting to see your son is because I don't want to be with you. No, bitch, you want to see his son.
Really
J. Cole put it out in his song. He said, make a bitch life more harder than it gotta be. Make it hard to see your prodigy, something like that.
I
And
don't know
it's
if y'all
like,
remember that song from some cat named Don Tripp. And he had
Letter to
letter to my son.
Yeah,
To the point he crying in the damn near crying. I let Pride Dome here. He never even heard it. He was like,
That's my
damn.
shit, bro.
Yeah, that was a wild
That
song.
was the only
man.
good song he really had.
Yeah, that's like the only thing. You know what I
With
mean?
CeeLo Brown.
Yeah, then he did the remix with CeeLo.
Yeah.
Yep.
this has
Bitch,
been
I just
going-
want to see my son. Yeah.
and this has been going on, man. A lot of you women, so it's better just not even to mess with these women, man.
I got
You
something.
gonna get. That's what you gonna do.
That's why the scriptures say the time will come when it should say, blessed is the barren. Because in a man's nature, most men, majority of men wants a family, wants a wife. But in this life, man, a lot of these women ain't fit to be a wife.
Yep.
She don't know the first thing to do. She don't know what's the job description of a wife. Being a time, women they want to be brides, not wives. They want the wedding, but not the marriage.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's all they want. They want the wedding, not the marriage. They want to be, they want to be brides, not wives. And when you marry them, they don't like cooking, they don't like cleaning, and they don't even like take care of a woman will get pregnant and, don't even like changing the child diaper, and the kid running back and forth. What's that smell? That you may have to change the diaper yourself, because she don't want to get her lazy ass and change the diaper and shit.
Yeah, you gotta look at your woman's room. You gotta bust in there one day before she start cleaning up, cause you'll know a good woman. Yeah, bust in there, cause every woman I know that had a filthy room, they never raised their children properly.
Don't bust in nobody's room.
Bust in
You
her
don't get
room.
order protection.
Know what I'm saying? When
I'm
y'all dating stage and shit like that, see the neatness.
If
If it's little things, you know what I'm saying? If it's little things like,
Quick audit.
if she feel uncomfortable you to be around because her crib dirty, it's like, all right, cool. She got some type of something about her.
That's what I'm saying. I remember growing up, man, like, we were expecting company or mom would clean up, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you talk to a female and she like, I gotta clean up before you come, that shows some type of shame. It's nothing worse than a bitch. You go to her crib, you know what I'm saying? Like, she got no shame.
No shame in
I'm
her.
gonna laugh. That happened to me one time. Shorty had a mattress. She had a kid. She had a mattress on the floor. The mattress had piss stains. The house was a mess. I'm like, why the fuck you will write me over to this shit, man?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
I left early, man. I gotta go, man. Because the way she treats you is pretty much it's like a shadow of how she will be a mother. So she like cooking for you. She clean up, she straighten out your stuff. That's a good chance she may be a good mother. Now she don't like you doing that. Guess what? There's a good chance she ain't gonna do that for the kid neither. Guess who's gonna be watching the kid most of the time? The child grandmother or her mother.
Yep.
Talking about she
where-
tired, she work hard.
Yeah. So where all the good men go?
Cause back in the days though, women got shamed by other women.
Oh, yep.
If you wasn't doing something right at home, listen, man, other women, the neighbor, like, yeah, you know, such and such ain't training her man. She know she don't like cooking.
Yeah.
They'll be gossiping and shit.
Women love that gossip too.
Oh, and they be lined up to try to take your man from you.
Mm-hmm.
Her friend. Oh, he doing all of this for you. He buying you this.
She'll be
doing
talking on the side like, yo, why you put up with this shit?
that. Yeah.
You know, she be telling that to the guy.
To the guy.
You know, like, why you put up with this shit? She trying to get him.
Next thing you know, he married her.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bring it up.
I got something. This is Sirach 25:16. It says, going into what y'all was speaking on earlier, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman.
Yeah, because you live with a woman that's very combative, very contentious. You know, ain't no peace there. You know, you're gonna die early from stress. That's why you think they have at certain times happy hour? We think happy hours go back to. It goes back to men not wanting to go home. So they'll have specials, and it's around the time most people come home, get off of work, and that's when they have the special. Like, yeah, he don't want to go home, so let's have a sale, make money off him. The guy will go to the happy hour, be there for 2-3 hours, and he got a drink to tolerate the bullshit when he go home.
That's where it's going to go into that. Verse 17, it says, the wickedness of a woman changeth of her countenance and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. It says, is the point, her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. I mean, he just, he's going through the motions. I mean, he can't deal with it. You got a wicked woman at home, you know.
When you call your man up, they go, bro, I gotta talk.
Yeah, you gotta
break
talk.
it down and they go, bro.
It says
Crazy.
a wicked woman bait the coverage.
Oh, it says, no, it says, no, that's not that one.
You can keep reading and see what
Okay, it says, the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, he shall sigh bitterly. Verse 19, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
So that means what? You know, even Esau's wickedness as beneath the wickedness of a woman.
Yo, you said Shalaka. You seen a what was he was a radio, he did a lot of interviews, he died.
Which one?
Oh dude, he just recently died too. That's something, man.
He's an interview.
He's an Edomite, and he interviewed a lot of famous, real skinny. He was in the entertainment business for a long time. He died. Larry King.
Larry King. I got you.
Larry King, show the picture of I can look it up. Larry King died, I believe, last year sometime. And in his inheritance, the wife that he's been with for, I believe, 15 to 20 years. Yo, he gave all his children multi-million-dollar inheritance. Yeah, Larry King. You know, when he died, he said, yo, my wife gets nothing.
He was up.
And he was up.
Yeah, he probably divorced her because he wanted to, get half of his inheritance.
yeah.
He put up with it. She probably killed him.
Yep.
All her stress, her mouth. She probably was stressing him out. That's probably why he died.
Cool. Why else would a man die and leave you nothing?
He was causing him help.
That was that contentious woman.
Yep. I'm gonna jump down to 23. It says, a wicked woman abateth the courage and maketh a heavy countenance.
Abative means to weaken. And courage is your ability to do something. You know, I've seen guys can't come to work because his girl's stressing him out. I've seen guys leave work because his girl's stressing him out. You know, and a lot of guys, I've seen guys lose jobs because of a chick. You know what I'm saying? So it's a wicked woman abated the courage. You know, like, she mentally breaks you down.
Yep. That's why the scripture say many have lost their wits over women.
Yeah,
That's their mental stability.
That's your mental stability, your
Yep.
discernment,
Your discernment.
your wisdom.
It says, a wicked woman abateth the courage and maketh a heavy countenance and a wounded heart.
What was that in Goodfellas? and it was talking about was it Henry was arguing with his wife?
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, yo, see, the guys go to Ken to get away from their wife.
Yeah.
He was he was arguing with his wife. Like they don't go to the Ken because they did something that wasn't wise. They purposely go to the Ken because they want to deal with their wife.
Yep. It says a woman that will not comfort her man in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Yeah, a lot of times you will have a girlfriend and you will feel afraid to even bring it up because why you weak? She less attracted to you now.
Yep.
She give you a stiff shoulder. You can't even go to your woman for certain things.
You should, to be honest, you shouldn't tell your woman nothing. That, like, if you're going through, you shouldn't tell her nothing, because she gonna put that against you. She gonna hold that against you.
Remember that.
She's gonna remember it.
You got a problem. Tell her brother, man.
Yeah, you tell her brother.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be telling her nothing, man.
Yeah.
But at one time, woman, she knew you had a bad day at work. You know what I'm saying? She would run the bath water, trying to cheer you up or something.
Yeah.
You know, have the food ready and hot, and or to open up, a bed. You know what I'm saying? Just like you at a restaurant or something, a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, not nowadays.
anymore.
Nowadays, she coming to you with her problem.
Yeah.
Talking about
You don't listen to me. You don't listen to
her
me.
bad day at work.
Yeah, her
Shit.
bad fucking.
Yeah.
Every day is a bad day.
She has a spirit like the older woman over there, giving the brothers hell.
You gotta be a damn woman. A woman's supposed to be a comfort to a man. Now the roles reversed. You gotta comfort her.
Spirit, man.
You tell your woman something you know is gonna happen. She's gonna listen,
Yep.
and she gonna appear like she feel for you.
Yep.
Wait till you get an argument with her.
Yep.
Yeah, you was in the man's house. You was bitching about work. You was crying about your boss keep telling you what to do. Now you saying you run shit. She gonna throw everything back in your face.
Yeah. Put it in the GC to all her girlfriends, and then she gonna throw it back in your face.
Got more. It says, verse 24, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
Because Eve was first in transgression, and not Adam. So of the woman, through her lack of wisdom, she was the beginning of all sin. And if you follow her, you're gonna end up in death, man. That's an example.
This is crazy, man.
The thing is with women,
no mistakes.
the men are said to be, gods to the woman. What makes you a god? Wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High gave men wisdom and higher testosterone so they make them less emotional to make decisions. That's the God role.
Yep.
Because if you're emotional like she is, you good for nothing. Go ahead.
Verse 25, it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And that's what,
Because she's gonna get into mischief.
Yep.
You got it though.
Yes, and that's what the so-called white man did.
Like a female, like you see a girl always on the move, that ain't a good girl to be with, man. She always out and about, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't a girl to be with. She always on the move. You know what I'm saying? First of all, a woman that's always moving around, always partying, first of all, I guarantee you she got bad feet. She got bad feet. Her feet's crusty in the back and shit like that. Nails is nasty, yellow is brown. And then another thing is a female that's always, you can't trust her, man.
Yep. Another one.
Because now if she always outside, what time she have to cook and clean? You know what I'm saying? Because she always on the move, that means that she neglecting her duty as a wife.
Yep. There's a lot there. All right, this is Sirach 26 and verse 6. No, I'm gonna start at verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
Yeah, so you having an evil, wicked ass wife as though you're holding a poisonous, venomous, animal, man, ready to strike you at any time.
Yep. Verse 8, a drunken and a gatter abroad causes great anger, and she will not cover her shame.
And that's all these women out here. Just go on Instagram, man.
That's it tonight.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Bitches. Matter of fact, birthday BBQs is big. You got bitches going to BBQs pre-gaming. You know what I'm saying? Then they're gonna go to the club, get more drunk, collect free drinks from niggas, and then when a nigga puts on her drink, and now she want to complain she got raped. The bitch should have been home.
I remember last week.
Hello, bro. Like
Like
3 o'clock in the morning, this
Grab
bitch
it.
drunk, high mini skirt, and now she want to take shortcuts to the dark park. You know the park with they be having no lights in certain areas. She want to take a shortcut and wonder why she get raped.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I'm parking my car like 4 in the morning the other day. There's a pack of young girls, they're like 16, 15. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, where the fuck they coming from? Just wandering the streets, bro.
Being
Drunk,
sluts and shit.
looking alright, you know what I mean? Yeah, the harlots of the streets, man.
Right.
Yeah. But that's Esau. He gave him that liberty to just get abroad, you know?
Yeah.
No, the father's not in the house. He probably locked up, or he on the block. He on the block,
They're
hugging.
spreading chlamydia everywhere.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. It says, the whoredom, verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids.
Yeah, just look at the countenance of these bitches' face. They got
Yep.
that little cat-eyed fucking whole look. And they got the makeup on top of it. Proud look. You know? The whole team. Yeah, the eyelashes. Yeah, the eyelashes.
Yeah, you know when the chick, you know when she's feeling you, you could pick it up.
Yeah.
Or you might be in your car, you stop at a red light,
Yeah.
she giving you the look. She looking in your car like she left something in your car. You know when a girl feeling you.
That's it? Go ahead. There's a lot.
Titus 2, verse 3 and 4:3. It says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness.
It said
not-
that they be in behavior. Shit, now you got these aged women, they teaching the girl how to twerk correctly. You know what I'm saying? They teaching them like, yeah, all right, let me show you how to do it. A twerk on your top of your head.
How to get a nigga
Dude.
for his money.
Yeah, they ain't teaching them correctly, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like anything after 1960, man. You know, these are all modern women.
Yep.
not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good things. That
They said not too much wine. You know, and it said she can't drink, but like there's a conduct you're supposed to keep. You drink home. You drink with your man. Not being out on the street drunk as shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to catch a cab and shit. Your ass cheek is out, whatever. And she don't even know niggas following her up the block,
Yep.
trying to get her, or somebody puts her in a drink. She was, if you're going to drink, you drink at home. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't be a freak. Listen,
The war star. Oh, yeah, the dude was carrying her by the pants like that.
Yeah, that was his girl.
Are you really doing this right now?
No, but that was his woman though. That was his woman. She was out of line. I mean,
But still, man,
bringing her
that's
ass
the same
home. Yeah.
There's a chick on the gram. She had got raped. She posted it. She was like, yo, I was running. Yeah, she was running. Niggas ran down on her. Niggas raped her and all type of shit. She trying to put it. She was calling. I think she was calling her pops or something. Or pops was calling her because I guess he knew. One of a brother put the video out about it.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, you know, she like her pops was calling, and I guess she was trying to hold it down. Or he must have had a feeling that something was wrong. But she got raped and all of that.
Brothers was reposting it, saying this is what you
but
fucking
you know what
get.
it is with these
blocked.
females?
Yeah.
Now, a female, her wisdom will say, well, no matter if she was drunk or not, that don't give the guy the right to rape her.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, man? Prevention is key. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, well, there's women that get raped in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Well, if you dress up accordingly, guess what happens? It minimizes the chances of it happening to you. Hello? Because now, if there's a loose lion crossing that street, and let's say you soaked in blood, and I'm not, my chances of the lion attacking me has been minimized. He's gonna come for you.
Yeah. And it's fair because that one woman, she, you know, that video with the woman getting attacked in broad daylight. A woman sent me that, right? And she's like, yo, I don't mean to be rude, but Shorty got what she deserved. I'm like, you're not being rude. That's the truth. You know what I mean? That's the spirit. I'm like, that's the truth, because, you know, she out there half naked and dude, you know, he bugged out. He just seen her.
Because let me tell you something,
Yeah,
man.
slap you.
Guys take the same precautions.
Yeah.
If you got jewelry on, I'm not gonna
Exactly.
walk through the project that I don't know anybody. With my
Exactly.
jewelry on and not think I'm gonna get robbed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because men take the same precautions. Now the precaution doesn't apply to a female because let's say, you know, I was like, yeah, brother, man, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I want to take the shortcut through the projects, and these niggas backed out on me. and they backdoored me, took all my jewelry. You gonna look at me like, well, bro,
Damn, I got the jewelry.
why you took the shortcut, bro?
Right.
Oh, why you just take your jewelry off? Because you have no jewelry on, you're less attractive to a robber that want your jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Like he got nothing really to rob you of. You know, the guy behind you may end up getting robbed than you. So it's like it's prevention.
My brother may have some cash on him. That happens a lot. You know, the first thing you said, like, what was you doing with that type of money on you?
Carrying all that money.
Why would you count your cash outside the check?
Yeah,
Like that. Like that,
Walk
yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Money
to the projects, counting his money.
Outside the cash register, yeah. Check cash
That's the
in
first thing
play.
everybody say, yo, damn, why you had that type of money on him for?
Being stupid, man.
Press the picture.
But ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for a guy if that's his case.
Yeah.
Now, you tell a female, well, maybe you should have called a cab outside the club. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's victim blaming. But it doesn't, see, when it comes to men, we gotta take accountability. You know, but with a woman, there's no accountability.
That's real quick. This is Sirach 12 verse 13. Who will pity a trauma that is bitten of a serpent?
Earlier,
Yeah, go ahead.
Who was your pity a charmer? Somebody charming, meaning they do that
asked
little
for it.
thing to make enticing a snake to come out.
You flirting with death, man.
They come out with the crop top, booty shorts with no bro on.
Dark medium.
Sparking on
See
it.
the
Yeah.
areola, you see her nipples and shit.
New shit.
And that's funny because that was happening to a lot of the strippers. They was getting robbed to the point where like you go to them strip clubs, the major strip clubs, they gotta have security.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you got Jake in there watching them, like see how much money they throwing, and they wait till after the party. Woman thinking it's all sweet, and they was getting their shit, all that money taken from them.
I don't know if you remember years ago when they had like it was a day in the Puerto Rican Day Parade that made the news.
Yeah.
And all these guys just groping them up and shit,
Okay.
and doing this, having their way with them, and eventually, you know, they end up catching all the guys that did it. But it was like years. It had to been like over 15 years ago. You know, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and they got on footage. The guys was groping these bitches up, touching them. But guess what? These bitches should have been out there dressed like that. You know, you dress like. Listen, man. How Dave Chappelle said it. He said, he made a joke.
You never go up to an officer?
Yeah, excuse me, officer.
Officer.
I'm not a cop. I'm just dressed like a cop.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm not a slut. I'm just,
Like you fit in the image. Basically.
exactly. If you dress like a slut, you're gonna get treated like a slut. That was a joke. Dave Chappelle was saying like, well, that's like me dressing like a cop.
Yeah,
And something happens, somebody
yeah.
runs to me in the hell like, how do you assume I'm a cop because I'm dressed like a cop?
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, guys, sir.
Sirach 12 verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such that come nigh unto a wild beast? I mean, he's giving you set scenarios. This is certain things you just don't do. So if you were to do it, don't expect people to feel bad for you. You're not gonna feel bad for somebody that's playing with a fucking bear. What the hell are you doing out there anyway?
That's it.
Just like a woman taking mad shots at the bar from random niggas that just paying because she like the attention.
Yep.
And then feeling bad for her when she
Oh,
get
she
raped.
like to get free drinks out of these niggas. and shit.
Not knowing that a man gonna feel some type of, he gonna feel entitled to you if you accept this drink.
Yep.
It's almost like, I'm digging you.
But here the
Put
flip.
something in your drink, and then guess what?
Slack it. And you got the flip side of it, right? Because you got women that be having men. You get what I'm trying to say? And the Lord give you a standard for men and women. Like the scripture where it says, sit not at all with another man's wife. You get what I'm trying to say? But you got men that'll push the button, you know, entice a woman, get her drunk. You know what I mean? And she got a man at home. And he know that though. And the scriptures tell you that jealousy is the rage of a man. So when something happens to that nigga, because he pressing on a man's wife, everybody, the nigga's a hater, you know what I mean? You can't hit the play, you gotta hit the game. No, the scriptures told you not to do that. You know what I mean?
You know, so we say jealousy is the rage of a man.
Yeah, jealousy is the rage of a man.
You know, back in the days, man, you go to parties, man. It used to be the one couple of dudes that go to the party with this girl.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? And niggas be, you know, that's when everybody's a dub and shit.
Yeah.
But, go on a party with your girl, and now nigga try to grab his girl and dub on his girl, he gets mad. Like, you don't go to the party with your girl, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a place you go to a girl that's supposed to be single.
Yep.
You know, you don't bring sand to the beach.
Yep.
Reading on verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who would pity?
That's all.
Yeah, that's It says.
Oh, but I'll say this, man, because a lot of men are waking up to a lot of black women and women in general starting to complain that God's not even approaching them.
Yeah.
They they complaining that dudes is coming to the bar, they ain't even talking to you.
Yeah, and that's usually when women get nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys, especially like a lot of Jake men, they're trying to see who's the issue here. And you know, a lot of guys don't even want to talk to these, you know, wig hats, lace front bitches. Like that's nothing but drama. So a lot of females, they starting to notice like guys don't want them no more. Guys not only guys that really gonna chase after them is them hood rat niggas that don't know how to fill out W-4. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? Don't get a W-2 at the end of the year. Those type of niggas that can't fucking read, or you read on a second grade level. Those are, but you gonna be fly though. They gonna be fly but can't read.
You gonna be broke all the time.
They gonna be fly but broke. You know what I'm saying? Living in his mom's crib at 36, 35 years old.
This is I was gonna get this one. This is Proverbs 17.
That's good for y'all women too. Y'all need to die alone anyway, man. A lot of y'all women need to die alone.
Get a dog and die alone.
Yeah, man. The Lord gonna have a fresh crop of women for us in the kingdom, man. The hell with y'all.
Yeah, shit. Proverbs 17. And what is it?
That's right. We're the reward, man. The reward is not her. The reward is us. You know, like we gonna, you know, the woman gonna look at it, lucky to be with us. And we ain't no regular men. You know, we have wisdom and knowledge. You know, to God. You know, so we're the special men. You know, so Isaiah 4:1 comes to pass. You know, it's gonna be Most High gonna show who the special men are.
That's right. That's coming very soon.
Okay, let's get it.
Bring it out.
Yeah, this is, I was gonna get Proverbs 17.
Yeah, bring it out, sir.
Proverbs 17 and 18. A man void of understanding striketh hands and becometh surety in the presence of his friends. And that's the majority of the men that the women chase after. Men of void of understanding. Because now they know in their minds that they can overthrow this man. Because he doesn't have the wit or the mental strength to guide and to dominate that woman. And that's why most of these women, these hood rat bitches, they go after these hood rat ass niggas, man. Because those niggas don't have the...
They validate them. And you know, them niggas ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they'll say, oh, the nigga ain't got his shit together, but a dude that actually comes along that got his shit together, now she gotta get evaluated. Mm-hmm. And you gonna look at her like, yo, you need to get your shit together. And she don't wanna hear that. Yeah. So she look for niggas, or she attract niggas that ain't got shit going on. Right. He's in the crib playing 2K21 on the My Park all day long. And she like that shit. She low-key like that shit because now she can always unplug the PS4, PS5, and she knows he always gonna behave because he ain't got nowhere to go. Whereas a guy that got something going on, you up and leave. He ain't tolerating that bullshit. Right. If there's no respect in it, the guy gonna walk away. You're like, listen, man, go take that to one of them niggas over there.
Yeah. He has an abundance mindset.
You gonna get pussy anywhere, and that's what it is. You get pussy anywhere, and a guy that's worth something, he gonna let that be known. Whether he say or show it, you know, you just another bitch offering pussy. Because after sex, what do you have to offer in a relationship? And most females, that's all they got to offer after sex. They only go for sex. That's it. So if you're lucky, you might get an order out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they can't cook.
You're gonna be paying for it too.
Isaiah 4:1. Can we get Isaiah 32:9 too?
Isaiah 4 verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. And only
When this time's gonna happen, that's when the Most High shut down everything. Because right now, okay, go to the bathroom. Somebody take him. Because right now, women don't respect men because everything that man provided is already provided for them. Because in ancient time, if a woman wanted food, the men had to work and he had to farm and hunt for the food. Now you go to the, you know, all these wholesale supermarkets and buy it in bulk, and everything is there. She could get a job, you know, and she may get a job making more money than the guy, and a car break down, she go to the shop. So she could function without a man. That's how society designed it. Whereas before, her safety came from a man. There was no 911 to go to. A man protected her. Before she had a husband, she had a father. The father protected her until she was married to a man. And her husband then protected her. But now a woman gets safety anywhere. Call 911, she's good. So the Most High is going to strip away and peel all that benefits that they receive now, and they're going to be left out there with nothing. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 32 and verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Like, what is ease?
Chilling.
Ease is right, chilling. These women chilling right now. They living comfortable. They don't really have to. In their mind, they think they don't really need a man. They only look for men right now for emotional support. You know, she think a man's supposed to be a toy friend. You know, and that's not how the Most High designed everything. Ain't gonna come to where she gonna have to need a man for safety, food, shelter. You know what I'm saying? Clean water.
Yeah, in this world, they could do all of that without even having a real job. They could just really chill, get up,
Work
come
the
and do
system.
everything. Yeah, work the system to the max, post some videos, do whatever, and make money and just take care of themselves.
Have an OnlyFans.
Yeah, but they about to stop that shit, but yeah. Oh yeah, see?
No content.
Right. So that's gonna stop a lot of people, a lot of women money.
Well, you know what? UPS is hiring.
That's right.
A lot of jobs hiring right now, actually.
Amazon hiring too. But you know when a woman really get nervous? Because when she's young, she get all that attention when she walk to the store. But when those walks to the store start getting shorter and shorter, because if there's a 5-minute walk to the store and all these dudes trying to holler at her, and that 5-minute walk turns to 10 minutes, and that walk start going back to actually 5 minutes, that's when she get nervous, because she ain't getting that attention no more.
Right.
Then she want to try to clean up and look for a man, and look for marriage. Now you 35, 37 years old, want to look for marriage.
Yeah, but your 20 years already behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who want to take on that now? So,
I think it's time to close up.
So with that, Lord willing, next week, and Shalom. All praise and glory to Yahweh.
Bahashem,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash.
Shalom.
Shalom.